So for the liners, should I be like teasing the text to win today or giving Tuesday, do you think?
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah. All right, we got 15 seconds.
you got it.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. It's all right. And now, a guy who does his own stunts, Pete Schwaba.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nite Lite. It is Tuesday. It's not just Tuesday, folks. Because I know Tuesday, it's been said on Seinfeld, Tuesday has no feel. A lot of people don't really feel Tuesday, but this is a Thanksgiving week Tuesday. And that's different. That kind of feels like a Thursday to me. But if I want verification or if I want to be vouched for, I can't go to Conrad Krieger tonight because he is still in Florida. It wasn't a one-day trip. And joining me tonight on Nite Lite once again is my pal Aaron Zommers, affectionately known as Zommers. Hey, buddy.
Hey, yeah, I have to agree. It very much does feel like a Thursday.
Yeah.
But still with the rest of the work from the previous week crammed in.
Right. It's a short week, which makes us feel good, but it's a week's worth of stuff you have to do in like 2.5 days. So there's the rub, as they say. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well. Always an adventure. Making radio.
Absolutely. Well, it's great. You are holding down the fort in Madison there. Is anybody still there? I'm curious.
A few people are. John and Gordy, who now have their statewide program that anybody who's been listening just heard. They may not have left the building just yet, but they're certainly about to, if not. But after they leave and after Megan leaves, I will be the only one here. So soon there will be nobody else.
That is creepy, dude. Well, tell John and Gordy I said hello, my Civic Media older brothers, as I refer to them. It's great to be on the air. It's Tuesday of a holiday week. This is a short week for me. I am done tonight, and we will have some outstanding highlight shows coming up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And this week, it's fun. We've had really fun guests this week, and as we do every week. But on Friday, particularly, we're going to have a best of this week because we had Tom Lennon on. We have Lance Barber on tonight from Young Sheldon, Paul Vandenplas from Wonderfully Wisconsin, and then some other really fun best of shows coming up Wednesday and Thursday as well, which include interviews from Wisconsin foodies Arthur Ursink, Mike Schmidt, Katie Leclerc from A Cherry Pie Christmas, which was shot in Door County. Actor Mike Starr. You might remember Mike from Dumb and Dumber. He was the guy that picked up Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. They were singing right in his face. You like that movie, right, Zommers?
I haven't actually seen that one.
Oh dear God, are you?
I know
serious?
it's required. I know it's required viewing. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I remember Mike Starr from Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Okay, well that's fine too because he was great. But he's one of those guys. Like we had him on, and I kept having to cut him off because we had to go to commercial because it's radio, and most people nowadays are used to podcasts where they just go and go. And Mike has got so many stories, but it'll be nice to see what Con put together with Mike Starr in that Thursday night. That's a Thanksgiving Day best of. Also, my interview with David Zucker will be part of that show. The Comedy City guys here in De Pere, Trapper Shep. We played one of his songs. So a lot of fun still on Nite Lite the rest of the week. But tonight we got a great show too, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are talking about, I'm just going to lead with this, but because a lot of our guests this week were determined by an event happening next week, December 4th, at the Atwood Music Festival. There will be a screening of a film I made called The Godfather of Green Bay. It's December 4th, starts at 7 o'clock, doors open at 6, sponsored by Downrins Distilling and the John and Gordy Morning Show at WMDX here at Civic Media. The Atwood Music Hall is a great venue, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are only $10. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. So it's for a good cause. John and Gordy are going to host a Q&A with me after the screening. And The Godfather of Green Bay is a feel-good comedy. As I mentioned, Tom Lennon, who was on last night, it was great talking to Tom. Lance Barber is on tonight. They were both in the film. Lauren Holly, who will be on the show next week, next Wednesday, is in the film. She plays opposite me. That's right. I got to act. I got to act opposite Lauren Holly. Tony Goldwyn's in the movie. All kinds of great Milwaukee actors like Eric Price and Rob Martin, Tracy Thorpe from Chicago, Steve Seeger and Jimmy Pardo, Mike Siegel, Mike Toomey. All guys you've heard on Nite Lite, and gals too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a feel good movie. Perfect way to kick off your holidays, and a lot of the proceeds go to a good cause, as I mentioned. So come on out, say hello if you can. We'll have some food, some drinks, some conversation. It's going to be a blast. And tonight, from The Godfather of Green Bay and young Sheldon, and he just informed me too that there's a new season of The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow. Lance Barber will be here at 6:35 tonight. At 5:35 on the show, my old pal Stuart Waddles, who is our Civic Media News Director for Southeast Wisconsin. Aaron, did I tell you what Stuart and I are going to be talking about?
I don't know if you did. Oh, I mean, I know part of it is going to be a certain musical artist that has had a resurgence lately.
It's going to be outstanding. Gordon Lightfoot, because it was the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Stewart, because of that, just discovered Gordon Lightfoot's music. So he'll give us a little roundup of what's happening in Southeast Wisconsin, maybe some news stories we should pay attention to, and then we'll talk some Gordon Lightfoot. Then Lance Barber at 6:35. And then my old pal Courtney Cronin Dold, a very funny stand-up comedian and writer, will be here at 7:20. So we've got some music, some laughs, a little celebrity element to the show. It should be a fun, you know what it is, Aaron? It's the kind of show Conrad is going to wish he was here for.
Absolutely. And we're just going to have to tell him to go back and watch it on YouTube or listen to the podcast.
I'm sure he's got the whole family down there in Florida huddled around the radio and listening to Nite Lite tonight, as they always do. So I had this happen. I don't know what happened. You're a tech guy. Maybe you can help me with this. All my ads, my inbox in my email, I'm getting Kansas City ads from Kansas City. And on my sports, I use the Odyssey app to follow my teams. It's all Kansas City. I'm getting these Kansas City lawyer ads like Mike's got this. Go to mikesgotthis.com. He got me $600,000 in a settlement. Mike's got this. I'm going to take hostages if I hear that ad one more time. And I'm getting Kansas City Chiefs stuff. What do I do, Aaron? Help me.
You know, I wish I knew. I've also been the victim of, I'll say, misplaced advertising. A few months ago, I was just reading some news articles for work on my phone, and I noticed an ad for a breast milk pump. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm not the target audience. And I scrolled down a little bit further, and there was another one. And I'm like, okay, that's even weirder. The next day, I went and I was reading some articles just on like games for my own entertainment, and the ad was for a different breast milk pump. And I'm like, okay, who at Google told you something very incorrect about me? This does not apply to me in any way.
You know, I know that you probably aren't the target audience, but if the price is fair, you might want to move on that.
You know, I guess, yeah, I can stock up for the future. Who knows?
I would buy them all and sell them on the black market. Maybe jack up the price a little. That's capitalism, buddy. You could use this to your advantage.
You know, I didn't really think about it that way. But
here's another tech thing. I know you can relate to this too, as most of the people listening probably can. But this morning, it was ad after ad, worse than ever. I think I was on Twitter, then I went to Yahoo News, and I couldn't find the X to close out the ad, and it took up like 3/4 of the page. I'm like,
I hate that.
I had to maximize my screen. I still couldn't find it. It's like they're the tech guys or the code writers or whoever they are trying to raise people's blood pressure. And the amount of the news story I could see was about an inch of like a 12-inch screen. So I had to scroll. I just gave up. And then I'm like scrolling, reading this article 2 lines at a time. It was maddening.
Yeah, like really all that does is make people leave the website. I mean, the thing that I hate the most is when you do see the X, but then it goes away for a little bit right when you're about to click on it. So you end up clicking on the ad, and then it comes back later. It's like, are you kidding me? This is so annoying.
I guarantee they do that on purpose. And the other thing they do, I think, is when the ad pops up, you're right. You go to click on it, it disappears. You open a whole new page, so they get clicks, or the spot where you're supposed to click moves. It's really maddening. And I will not buy that product. I make a point to say I'm never buying that product. I don't care how expensive or inexpensive the breast pump is. I'm not buying that product.
Right. If they're respectful ads, I can close out of whenever I want, you know, regardless of what the product is. You might have my interest just to support your business practices.
Exactly. All right. We speak the same language. That's great. So We've got a really fun show tonight. Great guests, as I mentioned, folks. And I want to read a couple texts because I don't like to miss texts. But John Murray, one of our regular texters in the 608, texted me because we had pre-recorded material on last night to close the show, and he texted during that time. So John in the 608 said, "Evening, gents. Great show as usual. Peter, you got skills, and your sidekick needs a show sometime soon." What do you think about that, Zommers?
Well, maybe he's talking about Conrad. He didn't specify. Maybe he didn't mean
he was
for
listening.
that show.
No, he was listening last night, and then he put a PS and he said, "I don't think Conrad should ever have his own show." I made that.
I missed that text.
But I think he was giving you a compliment, and he compliments Con every night too. John's a great guy. Then you left another one. This is also from John in the 608. He says, "My grandma Gigi, cool grandma name, made the best pumpkin bars ever, and she always made me my own personal pumpkin pie. I would make her proud every year and down the whole thing after dinner. Homemade pie heaven. Now only Jesus and the Gigi's family upstairs get to indulge. R.I.P. Gigi. Thanksgiving is missing a star on earth." Very nice text, John. Very nice text. Made him his own pumpkin pie. That's like some serious special treatment. So I think, Zommers, without further ado, we should get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
Oh, man. This is a great one. It's Steve Martin's birthday today. Very simple question. What is your favorite Steve Martin movie? How do you like that one, folks? Driving home on the way home right now? You get to think about that. Text us. Let me know your favorite Steve Martin movie. And I have a feeling I know what a lot of people are going to say because, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles dropped on this day. Actually, I think that's on this day in 1987. Actually, I don't think it's Steve Martin's birthday. Forget everything I said up until this point. Just disregard the entire show. No, but Steve Martin, I think Planes, Trains, and Automobiles dropped on this day in 1987. One of my favorite movies, a fat-free movie, if I may. The script is great. The acting is great. The story is beautiful. It's got laughs. It's heartwarming. It's got great story. It's even got suspense on some level because you assume they'll get home, but they tell the story in such a great way. It was executed flawlessly. So that is my favorite Steve Martin movie, but I want to know yours. He's done some great ones. I would do honorable mention like The Man with Two Brains, The Jerk, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. I like to go back to early Steve career when I talk about his movies. But let me know what you think. Be part of the show. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app. It's very easy to use. And if you don't have it, you should get it because it's outstanding and very easy to use, like I just said. If you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, you can drop us a stream comment there and let us know what your favorite Steve Martin movie is. Just a heads up, too, folks. We've got some really cool stuff happening. WGBW station manager Dan Marcus is going to come into the studio and tell us about a really cool event here in Green Bay. We've got Giving Tuesday happening next week here at Civic Media. It's going to be a phenomenal time and a charitable time. And we've got a text to win contest coming up that we're going to tell you all about, too, throughout the course of the show. Another one of our awesome multi-state Civic Media text to win contest. Who is that, Zommers?
This is Steve Earle with Continental Trailways Blues, a song from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I love it, dude. I love it. We're coming right back. It's a Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Dan Marcus is here.
She lay me standing by the highway, the rain running through my shoes. We're sitting by the roadside, waiting out the inside, Continental Trailways Blues. I got the waiting out downtown, waiting on a Greyhound, Continental Trailways Blues.
92.7 WMDX, where thinking is still fashionable.
Allure Intimate Apparel redefines what it means to feel confident, celebrating every woman, every shape, every size. Their expert fit specialists offer a refined, pressure-free experience designed for comfort, beauty, and ease. Bras, sleepwear, swim, and intimates, Allure has it all. With a personalized touch and a commitment to exceptional service, Allure helps women feel effortlessly supported every single day. An elevated new location is now open in the Hilldale Shopping Center, where fit meets sophistication. Visit allurefits.com.
Herbal Aspect has landed. That's right. Madison's go-to cannabis destination now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie, because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
Black Friday? Just one day? How about Black Friday all month long at Verlo? During the month of November, prices are falling so you can save hundreds on mattresses and adjustable bases. Plus, save big on all the other stuff. The Black Friday event, only at Verlo.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROFIT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PROFIT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROFIT for a
Just that I recognize. You know, a really underrated soundtrack in that movie too. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Great to have you with me on a Tuesday that feels like a Thursday, because it's a short week and it's a big holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to all listening, and wherever you're joining me from across the state. It's great to have you. Our question of the night, and that's why Zommers was playing that song, was, what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles came out on this day in 1987, and that's why that is our question of the night. So let us know what your favorite Steve Martin movie is at 855-752-4842, or you can drop us a stream comment or use the app. The app is outstanding and very easy to use. It's my pleasure now to welcome a guy who is sticking around longer than he probably wants to, but he's joining me. He's the station manager here at WGBW. I'm proud to call him a mentor and a friend, Mr. Dan Marcus.
Hey, Mister.
Well, you know, you're
kissing up.
I'm not kissing up. I don't do that, despite your good looks and your rippling muscles. I never do that kind of thing. Dan, I wanted to have you on because there's this really cool event going on here in Green Bay. So if those of you in Northeast Wisconsin are listening, we need to talk about, help me say it.
Christkindl Market.
Christkindl Market. It sounds like a really cool event.
It is. I mean, this is an outdoor market, German style, food. Of course, there are beverages.
Nice.
And but crafts and beer and programming. I mean, Santa's there for the kids, you know. But one of the neat things is, because it's outdoor and it's a cold weather event, they've got igloos that you can rent.
I love that.
I mean, that's
you can
great.
rent them.
You can rent them
wow.
for like 75 minutes. I don't know how much it costs. It does, that price is beside the point. They provide a pretzel tray, so come on. You know,
is that for warming purposes, or what do you think people are renting igloos for, Dan? I don't want to make any nefarious.
No, they're not. They're in there and they're playing Scrabble. Come on.
The way your voice rose when you said that makes me think.
Well, I just channeled my puberty, didn't I?
Exactly. That sounds like a great event. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it is, and the nice thing is that it's 3 days a week. It's not just Thursdays, Friday. It's not just Thursdays, for example. Now, it's not happening this Thursday because it's not Valentine's Day. It's Thanksgiving, but It's happening Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Did I get that? Yes.
Yeah, I think the 20th through
Mhm.
December 20th.
Through
right?
December 20th.
Yeah.
And but it's a gathering place. It's its own little community.
Absolutely. It sounds like a blast. And Green Bay is just a beautiful place to be for Christmas. If you're in the area, definitely check that out. Hey, how was the parade last weekend?
The parade was a hoot.
Yeah, we were well represented.
Well, we had the station van there with the big rubber nose. The theme of the parade was Rudolph and Friends. So
Oh,
we had antlers out the side of the vehicle, and we were playing music, and people, as we were going down the street, were dancing to Wonderful Christmas Time and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I love those. And we were passing out candy to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of conflicted because as much as I love Christmas, like my wife is one of those people, she'd say, put the tree up a week before Thanksgiving. I'm like, I can't really fully enjoy Thanksgiving.
No, what's your wife's first name?
Mary.
Mary, stop that.
He's one of the bosses here, Mary. You heard him. But I kind of feel the same way. Although you could say like the Green Bay Christmas parade is kind of a Thanksgiving parade too. It's just a fun holiday.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But it takes on a Christmas flavor, and Santa's in it now. Santa doesn't come around for Thanksgiving, so that makes it a Christmas parade. Let's be logical here.
Well said. What are your plans for Thanksgiving, buddy?
My wife and I are hosting her son and his wife, and my dog and my cat.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a nice group.
I wish I had a fireplace in my house. It'd be perfect. But you know what I'm going to do? Because it's the Packers and the Lions. Because that is a Thanksgiving tradition in the old Marcus household. So I am going to watch the game, but I'm going to turn off the color so it's in black and white like it used to be when I was a kid.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
You remember black and white TV. You do not look that old, and I'm not kissing up again. But I will say, Dan, you're wearing the enemy's colors here. You got some Detroit. You're rocking.
You know,
some
I
Detroit.
got dressed at 4:30 in the morning, and it was dark in the bedroom. I couldn't turn the light on. I'd wake up Vicky, so I just grabbed a shirt and turned out to be this lion-colored one.
It's a
And I'm
handsome
sorry.
shirt. Just make sure you take it off before things.
I'll be wearing a Packer paraphernalia tomorrow.
Dan, do you have a favorite Steve Martin movie? Maybe we could end on a movie.
Dead Man Don't Wear Plaid.
How great is that movie?
Oh, I love that movie.
You need a cup of my Java. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great. Zommers, have you seen Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid?
I have not, but I'm going to have to make a point to now.
Start with that one, then go to Dumb and Dumber. You won't be disappointed.
No.
I'll give you your money back.
No.
Just watch
All
that
right.
Tubi. Dan, this was fun. Thank you, sir, for the update.
Steve Martin,
Great.
former staff writer for the Smothers
Smothers
Brothers.
Brothers.
I admire that man. And he was in the room when Mason Williams wrote the song Classical Gas on his guitar, because Mason Williams was a staff writer too.
Are you serious?
I heard that from Pat Paulson, directly from Pat Paulson, face to face, when I interviewed him, who was also a staff writer for the Smothers
That's
Brothers.
right. You know, I met him. Is he the guy that always ran for president?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did meet him.
Mhm.
And he said, "You're going to be famous." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because everybody that meets me becomes famous." He was
Not
wrong
me
in my
wrong.
case, but
Yeah,
or wrong
and
in our
mine
case.
too. Yeah, there you go.
We're doing okay though, Dan. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks
Have a
for,
great
thanks for having me
Thanksgiving.
on. It's nice being had.
Anytime. All right, we are coming right back with Mr. Stuart J. Waddles to find out what's going on in Southeast Wisconsin. We'll talk a little Gordon Lightfoot. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
He's on a machine now in the afternoon.
Nice. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I figured it was something like that because
it's nothing but optics.
they're both
I
awesome.
got to tell you, if there wasn't a mic in the room, I would tell you the Pat Paulson, my favorite Pat Paulson.
X.
Pat was getting heckled at the live show
Construction barrels
Yeah.
bloom every spring.
by two women.
So do opinions. WMDX.
I have elected to mute them because I don't know if this story is intended for the air, whatever they're talking about. Anyway, how are you doing?
Hey, well, how are you doing, bud?
WMDX News.
Also doing well. I got the 2 songs he sent. Sorry I didn't respond on the email.
That's all right. I'll figure it out on the fly here. This is the fun part.
Maddie Schaefer reports.
The loophole has allowed the sale of hemp products nationwide, even in states like Wisconsin, where cannabis is illegal. The loophole created by the 2018 Farm Bill.
We also, those of you on the live stream, get a little sneak preview of this. We have a giveaway of some tickets for Pete's movie screening next week. I feel like we should probably announce it in this next segment. I haven't gotten to ask him about that yet, but since he's not here, I just wanted to make you aware right away that we'll probably start with that. It'll just take a moment.
The crackdown would take effect next September. Ignite Dispensary is one of many businesses that would be affected by the new law. Spokesperson Tim Fry says given the federal shift, he's been meeting with state lawmakers to make changes in Wisconsin.
So we are lobbying super hard to actually get a hemp bill passed in Wisconsin. If that happens, if that doesn't happen and federal stays the same, every store is out of business. Basically, 95% of the products will be taken off of the market.
Fry says that the medicinal properties of hemp help a lot of people, including veterans with PTSD and older adults with chronic pain. Meanwhile, some communities in Wisconsin have started to crack down on cannabis-containing substances, prohibiting the sale to people under 21 and implementing other measures. Most of Wisconsin's neighbors won't be affected by the change. Minnesota, Illinois, and Michigan have legalized recreational marijuana. A study from the Wisconsin Policy Forum found that 3 out of every 10 residents in Wisconsin, 21 or older, live within an hour's drive of a legal recreational marijuana dispensary.
That's Maddie Schaefer. I'm Savannah Tomei-Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Wicked for Good made its long-anticipated debut in theaters this past weekend. The sequel to last year's film, which also opened just before Thanksgiving, was the second biggest opening of the year after a Minecraft movie. Wicked for Good pulled in $150 million over 3 days and another $76 million overseas for a global take of $226 million. According to Deadline, this was the largest opening ever for an Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo film. Even director John Chu and producer Mark Platt have never seen numbers like this before. Last year's Wicked went on to gross $750 million worldwide, and this film should pass it according to prognosticators. The first Wicked reviewed better with critics at 85% fresh, according to Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience scores for this film and last year's are basically identical at 95% favorable. The film should have legs through the holidays. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Rain transitioning into snow by Wednesday morning. Breezy with a low near 30. Wind advisory for tomorrow. Gusts higher than 40 miles an hour at times. Cloudy, snow showers, and windy throughout the day. A high only in the mid-30s. Right now, it's 48.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
By the way, Pete, we also have the giveaway.
I just saw your text. I totally forgot about that.
But we do have one.
I let Stuart know that we'll probably start with that because it'll should just take a moment.
What do I say? Just we're giving away 2 tickets or 4 tickets, is it?
Whether it's for stress.
Let's say 4 since we didn't do it yesterday.
Okay.
That's probably the best way to do it.
For the Godfather of Green Bay. Okay.
So you have to be able to go and then say where it is and what time and then Right. Anyway, we got about 15 seconds. Yeah, I texted you the word or I sent it on Google.
Okay.
I welcome young Sheldons at Lance Barber.
If you could read my mind, love, what
could tell, my thoughts could tell.
Thank God. I want to ask someone to slow dance right now. That's exciting. Hey, welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba. That is Gordon Lightfoot. Not exactly a pick-me-up, but I will tell you why Mr. Zommers decided to play Gordon Lightfoot, and it's because it has to do with our next guest, who I'm about to bring in any moment right now. But first, I have to tell you guys, we're doing a ticket giveaway. I told you about the screening of The Godfather of Green Bay, December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall in Madison, next Thursday night, a week from Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great night, and we are giving away tickets. So if you're in the Madison area and can attend that night, all you have to do is text the keyword, and you can win 2 free tickets. Well, we're giving away 4, right, Sommers?
Yeah, 4 tickets.
All right. So I almost said half the Brady Bunch could go, but that would mean I'd have to include Alice and Sam. So we have 4 tickets to give away. So if you, and I give the keyword now, right, Sommers?
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah, and that's for Thursday, Thursday the 4th at 7 p.m. at Atwood Music Hall is the time that you have to be able to make it.
Doors open at 6, film at 7, Q&A with John and Gordy and me afterwards. It's going to be a really fun night. As part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. So, and it's a fun movie to watch. So the keyword is actor, A-C-T-O-R, A-C-T-O-R. So if you can go and are interested in checking out The Godfather of Green Bay next Thursday night, text in the keyword and we will take your information. And one of our texters just said, was that Casper?
Yeah.
It's the music was making me cry. So let's bring in our guest and explain why we went with kind of one of my favorite songs, but you could say it's part of a downer, but I guess it depends on your perspective. Mr. Stuart J. Waddles joins the show. Love having Stuart on. He is our news director in Southeast Wisconsin. You can also hear him here in Northeast Wisconsin from time to time. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I thought I was on hold for the Butterball helpline. I forgot that. I forgot I was on your show. I was waiting. I got a different tab that's open.
They do have that, don't they?
Yeah. Since you're here, can I start defrosting it now? And I thought,
what happens? What kind of turkey catastrophe do you think happens where you have to call a 1-800 number?
I bet there's a virtual AI chat now from the fine people at Butterball.
No kidding. Oh, that is crazy. I forgot all about that.
I was on the Butterball helpline.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, well, thanks. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thanks. It's always fun having you on. I especially appreciate it in this 5 o'clock hour since we've added it, because you're kind of tied into Southeast Wisconsin and the Milwaukee area. And I thought we could have a little discussion about some stuff that's going on. But first I have to ask you, before we get to that, or Gordon Lightfoot talk or whatever, are you, do you have a favorite Steve Martin movie, Stu?
I was going over this. I do. I think it's Leap of Faith. I know that's not a good one. It's not going to be on most people's list, but I remember seeing it in a theater when I was young. So Leap of Faith. He was not a carny, but he would go from town to town and have a revival, and they were kind of scamming people through a religious deal. So they're totally on the lam, and he ran away. And again, one of those things that you had, one of those core memories. I think I was maybe 12, 13 when that came out. Saw it at the theater.
That's fantastic.
I'm more of a Steve Martin TV guy. I'm looking at his credits. I'm more of a TV guy for Steve Martin. His work on the Muppets.
Love it. Great point.
I was kind of raised on King Tut and the whole, that whole bit that he did with that. And then his work on 30 Rock. He did an episode of 30 Rock. He was Gavin Velour, and he was some sort of a financial guy who was locked up in his own home, but Liz didn't know it, and so he played a character on that, and it was really good.
He's one of those guys, like I'm seeing some of these texts roll in, and we'll read those in a little while, but like he did movies you forgot he did that are so great. Like I saw one of the texters said, All of Me with Lily Tomlin. I totally forgot about that movie. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is maybe one of my top 20 comedies of all time with Michael Caine. I don't know if you ever saw that. Outstanding movie.
What's the one that was based on Henry Hill? It's not like a sequel to Goodfellas. And now it's escaping my mind.
But he did Heaven?
I think.
Oh, is that My Blue Heaven?
Yeah, My Blue Heaven. Yeah.
Okay.
So that wasn't officially the Henry Hill story, but it was Henry Hill in the Witness Protection Program.
Oh, I did not know that. That's very interesting. Yeah, I saw the movie years ago and I still didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah. I did a Goodfellas rewatch recently, so that's fresh on the mind.
Oh, fantastic. That's one of those movies, Goodfellas, I cannot turn it off. When it's on
No.
and I'm flipping around, it's on. It's like, all right, I'm watching at least till the next commercial break. Probably longer, though, to be honest with
Oh, so you get the
Um,
commercial break, so you're not getting the good stuff.
Well, I'm saying if I'm flipping around, you don't flip around. I only go to Hulu and then Netflix, like it's not already on in progress. I guess mostly if I'm in a hotel room, that's where I encounter these kind of opportunities to watch these movies. And you're right, they're edited, so they're not
Yeah,
as
yeah.
fun.
For 1 minute he's telling them to go get a shine box, the next they're at the party. You got nothing in
right.
between.
Wait a minute, there's supposed to be some blood in here. Yeah.
Where's the guy in the trunk? When there's a guy in the trunk, what happened to him?
So we had obviously Thanksgiving is a couple days away, Stuart. And last night's question: what is your favorite side? Do you have a particular side item or part of the
Yeah,
meal you look forward to the most?
It all works together. It's all a symphony of food, and I think each has its own kind of. Because usually with my fork, I get a little bit of this and a little bit of
Yeah.
that, and mix some cheesy potatoes with the rice thing, so it's all good. My mother-in-law makes some good beans, some baked beans.
Oh,
So,
baked beans. Nice. I like that addition. Somebody, I think it was Zommers, was it Conrad that texted in last night? He likes, or maybe it was you. He mixes the potatoes, like mashed potatoes.
Oh, that was me. Yeah.
With corn. Are you the
That's
one
what
that
I
does
was.
that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fine idea.
But with no gravy.
Well, maybe you get a little gravy in there in the next bite, but one bite can just be the potatoes and gravy. Maybe the next one you invite some corn in there. Yeah.
I don't know if it's
It is.
standalone.
It is good to hear that I'm not the only one who mixes all the foods on Thanksgiving.
Well, what kind of psycho is there? Kind of, no, you get off of there. I'm not getting you. I'm pushing you over there. You stay there, green beans.
I'll tell you
not.
what, my brother is the kind, he can't let his food, or at least maybe he can now. He could never let his food touch, and he would have to eat it compartmentally. Like he couldn't just take, a lot of people go for the stuffing, the potatoes, the turkey, the cran. They get it all in their mouth at the same time, and it's like a street fight. And my brother just has to have it individually, which I always thought was kind of strange. And I
You should
felt
get him those
sorry
paper.
for him.
You should get him those paper plates that have the little individual compartments.
Yeah, exactly.
A good Christmas gift for him.
That's how we do it at our house. It's classy stuff. So Stuart, I'm so excited that you wanted to talk about Gordon Lightfoot tonight, but is there anything happening in Southeast Wisconsin we need to know about? Any big stories going on?
Yeah, there's some heavy stuff going on. The Slender Man thing. You up to speed on that whole deal?
Well, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Has there been a new development? I know that the manhunt was not that long, and they caught him. But
the Waukesha County DA came out with some pointed language about the notifications and when they should have happened and when they didn't, and when the victim in all of this, how they weren't notified for like 12 hours after it was first discovered that a bracelet was cut. So yeah, it's there's some questions going on about that that whole deal.
Was there any clarification as to how, like, I heard the bracelet, Zommers and I talked about that a little bit yesterday, that the bracelet was cut off. I don't even know how you do that. You have to have probably like some kind of industrial
Fiskars,
chainsaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did she get out? Because she was in a home, right? And I'm wondering how she even got out.
There's no security guard waiting at the door. I mean,
Really?
from the follow-up interviews that the person who was with her has given, they were saying they were coming in and out the window. So like it wasn't a security, it was like a group home. So it could have been in like just a neighborhood.
Well, and you figure they're not.
There's questions about people in the neighborhood even knew that she was there. And maybe
really?
they don't deserve to know, but maybe they do. So there's a lot of questions.
That's crazy. So you're saying it was an escape like in Bottle Rocket when Luke Wilson just left, but he snuck out with bed sheets, even though it was voluntarily.
Yeah. Open the door, walk a duck down and get a bus ticket.
Do you guys do does Kenosha, Racine do a holiday parade or a Christmas parade?
Racine's got a big one. Kenosha has gotten into the whole holiday spirit with like an official downtown tree lighting. But Racine's been a pioneer in this. They've been doing this for like decades. Their big Christmas party. They did it a couple weeks ago already. They're already like 2 weeks past their holiday parade.
Okay, so it's a holiday parade, not just a Christmas parade. Otherwise, that wouldn't really make a ton of sense.
Yeah, but what are we doing here? I mean, it's Christmas time. It's a holiday. It's Christmas, and I understand not everybody observes, but it's a tree. It's a Christmas tree. Anyway, Gord.
Oh, very well said. What it's nice to hear your voice up. You're doing news up here in Green Bay, and I
Yeah.
know it's fun to hear you. I know that I don't hear much of WRJN, but it's nice. How is that? Do you have to break up? Have you broken a big story in Green Bay yet, Stuart?
Connie and I are working very closely, and she kind of
Yeah.
takes the lead on that, and I kind of provide ancillary support. But she takes the lead on the Green Bay stuff, and I do here, and the fine folks in Green Bay would hear Connie here in the afternoon. So we're kind of working things out and sharing the voices.
You guys do such a great job. It's great.
Thanks, Pete.
You got
You
it.
too.
Thank you very much. That is the voice of Stuart J. Waddles. You have a voice. Like, when did you know, Stuart? Like, because you have one of those voices that's so distinct. I remember when I first started working for Civic Media, and I'm like, this guy's got killer pipes. Like, and it helps when you break a story that's like kind of got some weight to it with your voice. I know I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but when did you realize I got to do news?
It wasn't so much news. It was one day realizing I could go Sunday, monster truck challenge. He craved it. You're taking Bigfoot. So once I honed in on that, I'm like, well, okay, what do I do with that? And then Gateway in Kenosha had a radio program, got into that, and just kind of got into radio from there and paid some dues, doing promotional stuff, learning how the computer systems work, programming, and just doing everything. Had some accounts.
Oh, nice. You did it all. So,
I did it all. And then an opportunity came up in the WRJN to focus in on some news. And I was like the kid getting a USA Today out of the newspaper box, and I was 8 or 9 years old. So it kind of worked it all together.
I'm kind of amazed at people like you, and I kind of tip my hat. Like Corey was up here. Corey Hartman was up here, and he was doing something with the equipment, and I'm like, how do you guys know everything? Like, but it's people like you that started when they were 14, and they know some of the tech stuff, some of the news stuff, some of the it blows my mind, and it's fantastic, frankly, to be surrounded by people like that.
Yeah, we had a Commodore 64 in the house when I was little. So if I had to play a game, I had to know how to run a command line. So I had to put in CMD/this CD, change directory. So I was running DOS when I was 6 or 7 years old.
I got really excited when you said that, because I thought you said you had the Commodores at your house, which would have been really big news.
No, I had the Jordanaires.
Hey, we're going to take a quick phone call here, Stuart. I think
we have Blue Notes. Sorry.
Do we have Cindy from Appleton on the phone?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Cindy, how are you? Say hello to Stuart Waddles.
Hey, Cindy.
Hi, Stuart. How are you?
Well, thanks. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
You got a big parade there in Appleton tonight, don't you?
What's that?
Tonight?
Oh,
You
yeah,
got a
we
big
do. Our
parade
big
there in
parade.
Appleton?
Yeah, we have our big Christmas parade tonight, and that's why I'm getting out of town.
Don't distract her, though, Stuart. She's calling Nite Lite and listening to Nite Lite, so we want to keep her here. Cindy, what's going on?
Well, that event you're having next Thursday in Madison, I'd love to get there, but unfortunately it's a weeknight. I'm wondering if I could talk you into doing the same kind of event up here, maybe at the Grand Opera House in Oshkosh or the Meyer Theater in Green Bay.
Well, that is a great idea, Cindy, and there is something in the works. So I will keep you apprised of that as it gets closer. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, Cindy, we got to go. We're up against the break. Thank you for the call, my friend. We are coming right back on Nite Lite.
We went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back.
Catch Farm Report updates throughout the day from the Midwest Farm Report, right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm hungry. What's cooking?
Oh, no, not me. It's your turn.
Oh, we're back to taking turns?
Yes.
Well, how about Sugar River Pizza?
Oh, yeah. Now they can cook.
I could really go for some of that 12-hour smoked pulled pork.
Ooh, and some pasta. Okay, now I'm hungry. Sugar River, here we come.
And they have that great kids menu, too.
We don't have any kids.
Right. That's beside the point. The point is, I'm hungry. You're hungry.
Let's go.
Yes. And we should talk about having some kids.
Get in the car, Bob. Sugar River, Sun Prairie, Verona, New Glarus, and catering.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
You're listening to the American Democracy Minute, keeping your government by and for the people. The Purcell Principle is supposed to keep last-minute changes in election law from creating chaos before and during elections. It's also been unevenly applied in lower courts and the U.S. Supreme Court's so-called shadow docket, and is being argued again in the current Texas racial gerrymandering case. November 18th, a federal panel ruled the Texas legislature racially gerrymandered its 2025 congressional district map, and Texas immediately appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court's emergency docket. Justice Samuel Alito granted a temporary stay, requesting responses from the parties by November 24th. Predictably, briefs supporting the state of Texas leaned heavily on Purcell versus Gonzalez, the Arizona case which never defined how close was too close to the election. Since some courts have ruled 90 days is too close, others 6 months. Texas candidates must file by December 6 for the 2026 elections, so the state and others argue the gerrymandered map should stand. Pro-voter groups argue the racially gerrymandered maps are illegal and Purcell doesn't apply. They argue the election is a year away and the federal court directed the 2021 maps be used. In partisan hands, Purcell can be applied to swing an election, or in this case, to help retain control of the U.S. House. We have more on the Purcell Principle at AmericanDemocracyMinute.org.
My name's John Driscoll, proud member of the Patriotic Millionaires. When I was CEO at CareCentrix, I doubled entry-level wages. The impact? Productivity
Back in about
went up,
30 seconds.
turnover went down, and the company was successful. When employees are off the clock, they're real consumers. The consumer.
Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you
Welcome
better
back.
take care.
This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. You got the Civic Media Radio Network, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful, I know it's raining, but it's a beautiful night here in Wisconsin. Stuart, how is the weather in southeast Wisconsin tonight?
Balmy 45 degrees about and dropping. It's going to get cold. And it's about 50 right now. And we're getting cold. There's a wind advisory in effect for tomorrow for the southern part of the state. Could be some snow coming. I think you're getting a lot of snow, aren't you?
We're supposed to get some, and I hope we don't get too much. I have to go pick up my daughter tomorrow, and I think it's just supposed to be flurries, but Conrad's not here to give me one of his 5-day weather forecasts, which is just basically him looking out the window and guesstimating. So I'll take
5
your
days, huh?
What's that?
He guarantees a 5-day forecast.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a 2. I can't give you a 5.
The kid does not lack confidence. I will say that.
All right.
Are we? Can we keep you a little bit past the news? Would that be okay? Because I'd love to do a deep dive on Gordon Lightfoot a little bit rather than rush it right now.
I think he deserves it.
You have no idea how excited I was when you said that you kind of just discovered his music.
Well, I discovered it. I discovered him and the whole story and just all of it. And it's just very interesting.
That's so great. I'm excited to talk about that. We'll do that after the news in Act 2. But I have to tell you, Stuart, what are you watching on TV right now? Have you happened to catch any of the episodes of All's Fair with Kim Kardashian?
I've not.
Oh,
I did watch this documentary on Peacock. Downey wrote it. You may have seen this one. Jim Downey. It's a Jim Downey documentary.
What is it called?
Downey wrote that. I think it's what it's called. Downey wrote that. So
I have
it's
not seen
an
that.
hour about Saturday Night Live and Jim Downey and his impact. And it's Sandler's in it, Chris Rock's in it. I mean, just anybody who was on Saturday Night Live coming and telling their Jim Downey stories. And I didn't realize how far back he went. Like I knew he was part of that the late 80s, early 90s Conan era, but he was part of the early beginning of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I know of him. I did not know about the documentary though. I'll definitely check that out. Was he the guy? There was a guy Conan O'Brien used to talk about. Not Conan O'Brien. I'm sorry, Harold Ramis. Oh, and that was Tom Kenny. Have you ever heard of that writer?
Yeah.
Well,
he was a comic too.
Yes. No, you're thinking of Tom Kenny, not the guy with the glasses from the 80s.
That's what my mind went to.
Doug. I'm sorry, Doug Kenny, who I think was Stork in Animal House.
Okay.
Remember Stork?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
So he apparently, I could be getting this wrong, but Harold Ramis said that he was always threatening to end his own life. This guy who was tortured but very funny. And they said when they found his body in Hawaii, it was either Harold Ramis or Chevy Chase said he probably slipped looking for a place to jump because they ruled his death accidental. It's such a horrible story, but Jim Downey is another one of those legendary Saturday Night Live writers.
I didn't know he did work on Letterman. Like he got, I don't know if he was fired or he kind of left during that non-Lauren era, and he went to work for Letterman for a couple of years.
Yeah, that could be. Have you seen any of the John Candy documentary? I haven't seen.
No, that's on the list.
Okay, same.
I started watching a Gordon Lightfoot documentary instead. I got caught up.
What's that one? What's that one called?
It's Lightfoot. It was on Amazon Prime. It was put out in 2019 while he was still alive. So there's interviews of him. But yeah, it doesn't go too deep. What I don't like is that it's got Alec Baldwin in it.
Why?
He was a fan, and I guess he was a big star. So if you get maybe somebody who's making a documentary and they want to get more visibility, you put Alec Baldwin in it, maybe.
Gosh.
But yeah, there's too much Alec Baldwin, but it's still good. I mean, it's I wish it would go a little deeper.
I like the, to me, are you a John Prine fan?
Not so much.
Okay. I was a fan, and I found one of his YouTube videos. I crawled down the YouTube rabbit hole one night, and sitting on the floor, it was this really cool venue like in Toronto where a singer would perform and everybody sat on the floor. It was like a very kind of almost had like this hippie vibe. But Gordon Lightfoot was in the crowd, and he was sitting there. And while John Prine was singing, they cut to Gordon Lightfoot. He had tears streaming down his face. And there's something about when one of your heroes, like you just mentioned Letterman, when David Letterman would laugh at something, it's like a knee-jerk reaction. I would just laugh because I trust him. It's the same thing with Gordon Lightfoot. When he was listening to John Prine sing and started bawling, I was like, that is one of the coolest things ever. It's obviously one of his favorite Prine songs, but Gordon Lightfoot,
just like a paperback novel. Sorry.
Huge Lightfoot fan. We're going to talk all about that. He's the guy, by the way, that I learned how to play the guitar. I bought a Gordon Lightfoot songbook and just went through it and learned.
You and hundreds of others, brother.
Oh man, he has got so many. He's one of my favorite songwriters. Stuart J. Waddles is here, folks. He covers news. He is the news director in Southeast Wisconsin. You can also hear him here in Green Bay. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. One of my top 10 of all time, a fat-free movie on every level, dropped today in 1987. And, it's a Thanksgiving staple or just a holiday staple, but it got me thinking, and I wanted to ask this question. What is your favorite Steve Martin movie? And like I said to Stuart, there are some we've forgotten about. Like that's how prolific Steve Martin has been in Little Shop of Horrors. One of the texters said.
That's on my list.
Me too.
Exactly like you're talking about.
Again,
I think
totally
that's number
forgot
one.
about it.
Jeez.
It's number one on your list?
I think so.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, Lil Irv on the stream says Darren and I just watched The Godfather of Green Bay. Loved it. Do you wear a cup for the live scene? I think he's talking about
we're waiting.
No, Judge Smales, I did not wear a cup. We've got another question for Lance from Mike. I'll save that one. Lil Irv says his favorite Steve Martin movie is Parenthood. And Sean on the stream says The Jerk. We'll get to the text line in hour number 2. Stuart J. Waddles is here, folks. We're talking Gordon Lightfoot, and we're going to talk the Edmund Fitzgerald after the news. So great to have you with me on this Tuesday, a rainy fall Tuesday with Thanksgiving right around the corner. What could be better? It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station, WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The FBI is working to set up interviews with the Democratic lawmakers and military veterans who appeared in a video reminding service members not to carry out illegal orders. Congresswoman Maggie Goulander of New Hampshire is among the 6 who appeared in the video.
I am doing my job. I will not be intimidated. I will not be harassed. I will continue to do my job and uphold my oaths, and I will never give up the ship.
Dr. Ralph Abraham has been appointed to be the CDC's principal deputy director. A Health and Human Services Department spokesperson confirmed to ABC News. Abraham was a proponent of what he described as medical freedom during the pandemic, opposing vaccine mandates and urging personal choice. Ukraine confirms it has agreed to a framework deal for peace to end Russia's war in Ukraine. President Trump sending Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to Russia to speak with Russia's leader. It comes as Russia carried out another deadly attack in Ukraine's capital overnight, killing at least 7 people. This is ABC News. The government shutdown delayed the release of economic data and also stunted some results. Retail sales were up 0.2% in September, below what analysts expected. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more on what the numbers mean.
This is a backward-looking report. It's from September, but it's the best we've got to work off of. And it shows us that heading into that historic government shutdown, which began October 1st, we already saw consumers starting to pull back. They were spending, yes, but not nearly as robustly as they had been, and they were spending more carefully and being more choosy.
In Nigeria, 24 schoolgirls abducted from Kebbi State last week have been rescued, according to Nigerian government officials. ABC News has learned those kidnapped girls were released through diplomatic approach rather than military force. Attackers also raided a Catholic school this week in Niger State and abducted more than 300 students and staff. 50 of those students escaped over the weekend. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Pete Schwaba, Madison-based film critic and the CityCast Madison newsletter editor, Rob Thomas. Christmas to me is like the least sexy holiday. Like there's Halloween, kind of a sexy holiday, maybe Valentine's Day, sweetest day, but like, I don't know, Christmas, like even Arbor Day is sexier than Christmas, I think.
Interesting.
I
don't remind me not to spend Arbor Day with you.
I get a little frisky, Rob. Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 5 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Local news, real voices,
Great
and
stuff,
conversations that count.
I need to
That's
figure
Madison.
out why.
And that's
I just
92.7 WMD.
didn't set the hourly restrictions on it properly.
The Packers prepare for the Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NFL. The Packers head to Detroit to face the Lions on Thanksgiving. Kickoff at Ford Field at noon Thursday. We learned that quarterback Jordan Love is dealing with a separated left shoulder, an AC joint sprain he suffered last week against the Giants. Is that why he was only handing off the ball with his right hand against the Vikings?
Yeah, exactly. It didn't affect me too much. Took a couple hits on it, but was fine for the most part. And yeah.
NBA, the Bucks losing at home last night to Portland, 115-103. It's their 5th loss in a row. They play the Heat in Miami tomorrow night. And the Wisconsin Badgers, Mimi Collier, on being the #1 pick overall in the Major League Professional Volleyball Draft.
It was so much fun. We're having a little watch party in the locker room right now. The whole staff is there. Some of the girls are there. And it's so nice just being surrounded by people that I love and experiencing a moment like this. And it's something I'll never forget.
That's Wisconsin's Mimi Collier. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Parallel parking in Madison? Impossible. Finding real conversation on the radio? Probable. With 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Rain transitioning into snow by Wednesday morning. Breezy with a low near 30. Wind advisory for tomorrow. Gusts higher than 40 miles an hour at times. Cloudy, snow showers, and windy throughout the day. A high only in the mid-30s. Right now it's 48.
clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
A fresh perspective on the great outdoors.
About 30 seconds.
Hey, Wisconsin, you're listening to Raised in Wisco. We're not.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who always looks ahead, even when parallel parking, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting from 5 to 8 tonight, our new time slot, an extra hour, and it is great to be with you. And I hope you're having a great week as we get ever closer to Thanksgiving, which is just around the corner. So much to be thankful for this holiday season, and that will be showcased in my Nite Lite window fun photo tonight that I will be posting probably during the next break. Thank you all for being with me. Aaron Zommers is in tonight for the kid Conrad Krieger, who is on vacation in Florida, probably golfing. Might have the whole family around the radio listening to Nite Lite if he's.
I hope so.
If he's a pal. That is the voice of Aaron Zommers, and my current guest is Stuart J. Waddles, who is the news director from Southeast Wisconsin. He has agreed to stay with us a little bit into this hour so we can have a discussion on the Edmund Fitzgerald and Gordon Lightfoot. At 6:35, Lance Barber from Young Sheldon and The Comeback and the Godfather of Green Bay will be here to discuss our really cool screening that we're having next week in Madison on December 4th. More details on that to come this hour as well. And then the hilariously funny stand-up comedian and writer Courtney Cronin-Dold will be here at 7:20 in the third hour. Zommers, we got some people texting in for the tickets. Do you have the information you need?
Yeah. Well, it's all done automatically. So
okay,
you can still text in for the whole rest of the show.
Okay.
So next week, Thursday, December 4th at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. Movie starts at 7. We're going to be screening Pete's movie here in Madison, Godfather of Green Bay, at Atwood Music Hall. If you can go, and you can get 3 other friends, family members, perhaps strangers, to go with you, you can text in the word actor for your chance to win 4 tickets. Actor, ACTOR.
Very well done, my friend. So yeah, we've got a good amount of text so far, but you still have a shot. So please text in, and I would love to see you on the 4th. What else do we cover? Oh, I talked about how I can't ever click out of the ads because I can't find the X.
You also talked about Zommers hadn't seen Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, thank you, Stuart.
That needs to be repeated. Come on, man.
Yeah, and I don't want to be one of those guys because I can't stand those guys like, you never saw it. Like you're lesser of a person or something, right? But I in this case, Zommers, it might be true. You might want to check it out.
Yeah, no, I know. I acknowledge that. I own that. There are some things I haven't seen that I really should.
Hey, me too.
You want to see it though, right?
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes.
All right.
I did get that at least.
All right. So to me, and people have fought me on this. I think that is a near perfect movie. The writing is flawless. And the way here's my theory on this, Stuart. When Jim Carrey is daydreaming that he's charming and he's a really dumb guy, he's daydreaming about being charming the way only a idiot's capacity would be for being charming, like lighting his own farts on fire, throwing popcorn in his face. He's not daydreaming out of his capabilities, I guess. And that's a testament to Fairly
to the writing of the character, as that character was it's perfect. It's knowing what this guy was about. It's like it had to be based off of somebody.
So great. It's truly one of my favorite movies. That is the voice of Stuart J. Waddles. Do you have a good? What are you going to do this Thanksgiving, Stu?
Oh, eat some turkey. Actually, the in-laws make some ham too. I hope they make a ham. They better make a ham. But there's cheesy broccoli casserole. There's some mashed potatoes and gravy. So that's the in-laws tomorrow, and then we'll meet up with my family on Friday.
Is it a plus or a negative that you live close enough to have two Thanksgivings? Because I remember when we would, my wife and I would always go to Marinette, and we try to cram everything in. And there were times I almost thought, I wish we lived far away so we could do our own thing. But as fun as it is.
Yeah, it's a convenient thing having it. We usually do it again back-to-back days. Thursday there's everybody watches football, so that's on in the background, and then Friday everybody's looking around like, what's going on, everybody? Force a conversate.
All right. So before we get to Gordon Lightfoot and the wreck of the Evan Fitzgerald, I promise we'll get there. I thought of you when I clipped this earlier, and it was this is off Wise Brother Media. Do these celebrities give you the ick? And I'm just going to name a celebrity, Stu, and you tell me if that celebrity gives you the ick. Okay. Katy Perry.
Ick.
Oh, okay. Chris Pratt.
No ick.
Okay. Jared Leto.
Oh, ick.
Double ick.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
I don't know enough about them to have an ick or a not ick. I'm sure they're nice folks, maybe.
So far, I'm a Chris Pratt ick, a Jared Leto ick, and to Ryan Reynolds and Lively. What about you, Zommers? You got an opinion here?
I think Katy Perry, I'm not, but maybe I just haven't seen enough. I don't know. Chris Pratt, I am, because come on, they don't need to make him the lead voice actor in every single kids movie. Come on, Mario didn't need to be Chris Pratt. Shut up, stop it. He just let someone else have the role. Jared Leto also ick.
For a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, it's more complicated. Like, I hate Blake Lively's character in Gossip Girl. Will love to hate her. Serena Vanderwoodson. She never closes her mouth.
My God, I almost didn't ask you, and now I'm thrilled I did. It sounded like you did homework, like for an exam, Zommers, with these answers. That's awesome. Taylor Swift.
Not ick. She's all right.
I like Taylor.
I find myself when I'm thinking about this, well, who do I really don't like? And I'm comparing them, and it's just there's other folks
right
that you really knew. Like
great
Jared
point.
Leto.
Great point. Justin Timberlake.
He's indifferent. Again, a lot of these
Okay.
I don't care.
I'm right there with you on Justin Timberlake. Really no opinion. Alec Baldwin.
I would love to be a strong ick on that one. I would love to be, but I can't. Like, he's too good. Like his work on Saturday Night Live, 30
great.
Rock, it's too much.
I'm with you. I'm a half.
Too much to overcome. Shooting some lady in the face, it's just too much to overcome, Pete.
So there is an ick factor.
Right.
Drake.
I don't know enough about him to have an ick or not. I know people don't like him. I know he's the butt of a lot of jokes. And I know once we get back to our Lightfoot conversation, we can bring Drake back into it. Because at one point, they were neighbors.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they lived close to each other. I think they hung out.
Hilarious. What?
Yeah, in this documentary I told you about, Lightfoot's talking about Drake.
No kidding. Okay.
He's a fan, likes his music.
Where are you at with this, Sommers?
Drake does seem to have a bad habit of texting young girls below the age of 18.
He's an ick.
Not necessarily taking things to a place that is illegal, but you shouldn't have to question that, you know? Especially when you're a celebrity.
Maybe we should watch our words then if it's not illegal, Sommers. We should dial it back and use it. Let me tell you about the word allegedly. The word allegedly you toss in there a little bit more and you'll be all right.
We have a newsman here to clarify. Okay. Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm an ick.
Yeah.
So tired of her.
Yeah. It's a hard ick.
Zommers?
What's the company called? A Goop or something like that?
Yeah, it's Goop.
Nasty.
She captured the essence of her private parts and tried to sell it thinking it was that pretty. So,
but on the other hand, you know what? What about all the people buying that stuff? Ick.
Yeah, that's ick. So the same people buying Sydney Sweeney's soap. So there you go. And then this is funny. Dan Marcus printed this up for me, and he said I left you a surprise in there, and I forgot what he had said. And then it says Pete Schwaba And then the quote next to it is "Shut up, Conrad." I don't know what Dan was going for with it, but I'm like, how did this get into Wise Brother? And then I remember Dan was playing a joke on me. All right, my guest is Stuart J. Waddles, as promised. Stuart, well, you didn't discover Gordon Lightfoot, but the Edmund Fitzgerald in some of his music, right, Stu?
Well, the anniversary came and it was playing like it always does every year this time of year. And then you start thinking about it, and then you think, well, this guy had a big career. What kind of madman is writing a song about a shipwreck and then has the gall to release it to the general public, and then it becomes a hit? So that got me curious about how did that whole thing happen? And it just, he read a Newsweek article about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. First couple lines, he didn't steal them, but he used them as inspiration. So this Newsweek article, maybe like 2 paragraphs long, the song ends up being like 3 times as long as the article he based it on. It's just very strange how it all came about, and it got me interested in like this guy. So then you start watching live video of him, and he's got a weird affect when he sings. No, it's like there's the extra S, and it might be because he's a professional. Like he was trained to hit the S in vibrato, and it's just, again, a very strange situation with this whole song and how it came about.
And I don't know if
he was already a big star at the time.
Yeah, correct. And he had written a lot of hits for Peter, Paul, and Mary. And
Bob Dylan sang songs.
Yeah, and it could be part of his Canadian dealio working its way in there. But I agree, but I think that works for him as a singer. And you're right. You sent me information earlier. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, when it came out, made it to number 2 on the Billboard chart.
It's almost 7 minutes long.
It's not a radio-friendly song. And then the other bit of information you shared, I'll let you break that to our listeners because you're the reporter, is even cooler. It made it even higher on the charts.
Yeah, it popped up. Where was this Parade article? Yeah, nearly a half a century after its first release, it claimed a #1 spot on Billboard, topped the rock digital song sales chart for the week ending November 13th. Also charting, If You Could Read My Mind and Sundown. So it's just not limited to that one song. And again, I've been going through this for the past couple of weeks. My wife really thinks I have a problem with Lightfoot because all I'm talking about is Lightfoot, quoting Lightfoot lyrics. And then I read this about everybody else doing the same thing. So it's like, all right, a little reassuring, telling my wife, you're the one that's on the outs. You don't get it.
No, I went down that rabbit hole years and years ago with Gordon Lightfoot. I grew up, that's all my aunts and uncles listened to was Jim Croce, Lightfoot, some John Prine, all that stuff. And I fell in love with his music. I think he's one of the best songwriters. One of my favorite songs of his is Early Morning Rain, which Peter, Paul, and Mary did beautifully, but I like his version even better. In fact, there's a line in the song that says "Out on Runway." It's just about a guy trying to get home.
Runway number 9.
Big 707 set to go. And when I heard runway number 9, sometimes I'd be on a plane and they'd come over and they'd say, we'll be landing at runway 12. And I would turn to the person next to me and go, oh God, I hate runway 12. And they don't know me, like, what's the story? What's going on? Like, it's not my favorite runway, but people,
runways. Yeah.
Right. I have my favorites. But you shared a couple tunes with me. Zommers, let's play. What do you want to, let's hear just a little bit.
I don't know. You played If You Could Read My Mind earlier. It's kind of a downer though, but the lyrics on that one, it just, you go through it. It's like, who is this guy writing this stuff? And it's just, it reads like a poem. And there's times where, again, I shout out like a paperback novel, like an old time movie. But yeah, that's a great song. Sundown is so good. The other thing about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, so the song that you love, that everybody hears all the time, that was the first take. They played through it like kind of a little bit, noodling around a little bit. And I guess according to the stories, Gordon didn't want to even perform it. He didn't want to put it on the album, but they had some extra time in the studio at the end of the week. He had booked the time and they said, hey, Gord, let's run through it. So they ran through it a couple of times. The first take they ended up using as the one they distributed. They did 3 or 4 more, but Gord said, yeah, the first one, that's it. We're doing it.
That's very cool.
That
is
crazy.
Awesome. And it's even more amazing. Put this song on and put the headphones on.
Yeah.
Crank it up.
I agree. All right. I want to talk to you about If You Could Read My Mind. We'll do that. We'll have a couple more minutes with Stuart after this very short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite.
In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral.
2.7 WMDX, talk radio that actually talks to you.
Terry Barr, maybe a little bit of a leading question. Where did he write the song?
I saw that. Do you know that, Stuart?
Does Wisconsin have any
wasn't a
mountains?
musty old hall in Detroit. I think it was in its apartment
Wisconsin
in
doesn't
Toronto.
have any
if I
mountains or mountain
remember
chains
reading
because it
recently.
sits in the middle of a tectonic plate and its ancient ranges eroded long ago. About 1.8 billion years ago, collisions formed mountains like the Pinocchis, later worn down by glaciers. The U.S. doesn't have an official definition of a mountain, though Britain sets it at 2,000 feet. The state's tallest points, Timms Hill, Rib
There are
Mountain,
people
and
who've
Lookout
claimed that
Mountain,
he wrote it in
around
Madison, but
1,950 feet.
it's just allegedly.
New
I
ranges
didn't come across that in
unlikely.
any of my
I'm
research.
Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch.
Let's go
Fact
with that,
briefs
though.
are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in middays right here on your local Civic Media station from 11 a.m.
About
to
30
2 p.m.
seconds.
for the Tom Hartman program. Tag, you're it.
I was stuck in a state of panic and
Keep going.
Legend lives on from the Chippewa down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead.
That is great. Welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba. That is a really cool version of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Kind of a lounge. That's like Bill Murray would do that on Saturday Night Live.
It's Big Cheese, right?
Yes.
Richard Keys? Yeah.
I had never heard of that before today, and I sent it to Zomer. I had never heard that before. It's so great.
Oh,
Have you heard any of it? Yeah, go ahead, Zommers.
He has a lot of stuff like that where he takes songs that are very, I'll say, about delicate subjects, or very angry songs, or very sad songs, and then he'll perform them like that, such as Rape Me by Nirvana. And he starts it off by saying, "This one's for the ladies." And like, it's just
kind of like the Dan Band. That's
right,
like
that kind of thing.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
But it's like top-notch swing professionals. They're like really real musicians,
Right.
and it's a great interpretation.
Oh, it's so great. Stuart Waddles is here just for a couple more minutes. I promise we're going to let him get on with his evening here. Stuart, Terry Barr, our pal, said, "Hey, where did Gordon Lightfoot write it?" This is something, a stream comment she wrote in. She said, "People have often claimed Madison, but I haven't found that info." Then she says, and after seeing the documentary, the same one you saw, I assume, she says, the song takes on a new meaning. Stuart, I am re-obsessed.
Yeah, he wrote it in his Toronto apartment. That's what I kept coming across when I was looking it up and researching it.
I want to say this is one. If you could read my mind, I'll send you this link later. There's a version of him doing that song when he's like, I think he was 73 at the time. And you can look, his fingers like don't quite get the chords as much. He has a little bit of I think he had Parkinson's. He has long hair. His face looks so weathered and it's so beautiful. Like he's just this guy, this troubadour, he's the guy he's always sang about. And he did that version of that song, If You Could Read My Mind, and it's so beautiful. I'll send that to you. But he said he changed the lyric because of his daughter.
Yeah.
The lyric used to be the feeling that you lack. He changed that because his daughter said, Dad, that sounds kind of sexist. So he changed it and he said the feeling that we lack. I thought that was really cool about a guy just evolving,
Yeah, and to take that in and just, I think about the daughter who's processing this all. Like the daughter hears the song and listens to it all, and then like is comfortable enough to say, "Hey, Dad, what about this?" Not just to like shy away. So there's this extremely emotional song that kind of gets taken to another level when you hear a little nugget like that. He also changed some words in the rec. Some of the families were upset about some of the hatches weren't closed properly, and he changed the word regarding that. Also, it turned from a musty old hall into a rustic old hall because the people at the Detroit Maritime Museum said, "Hey, it's not so musty."
Oh, wow.
And he said,
That's
"Yeah, sure."
Cool.
Yeah.
Was that in a documentary or just some research you did?
It might have been just in some research, but it's even.
I love that.
The other thing about that Detroit thing is that there just happened to be a reporter for like the LA Times walking by that church in Detroit at that moment when the bells are ringing because of that tragedy. That guy goes and writes an article. It gets back and published somewhere. Gordon Lightfoot reads that to add to his story. So just because some writer happened to be walking by this church and it's ringing 29 times, that gets back to the song. And it's just a lot of happenstance. It makes it very interesting.
Very interesting. And maybe you know the answer to this based on the research you did, but years and years ago, I remember hearing that that Lake Superior, these sailors in the Great Lakes sometimes have to be more skilled than the ocean because the Great Lakes, apparently what happened, or one theory is that the Edmund Fitzgerald went up so high on a wave, it came down and cracked in two on the lake bed, on the floor of the lake. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's Fox 6 in Milwaukee did for this anniversary, put out a documentary. So that was kind of just more of the shipwreck end of things. But that's one of the things that's postulated. There's also a theory that they ran aground on some shoals that were around one of the islands there, that the ship that was accompanying it didn't hit it, but they thought that this one, they might have hit this, which caused the leak.
Okay.
If you do want to watch that documentary that Stuart mentioned, the one on Fox 6, it is available on YouTube for free.
Yeah. I think it's just called Gales of November. I think it's what they call it.
That's correct.
That's awesome. Stuart, thank you. Thank you for hanging in there with me long enough to get to this topic. I had a lot I wanted to talk to you about, so I really appreciate your time tonight. And
thanks for having me on. I'm glad you're on in drive time.
Yeah. Have a great Thanksgiving, buddy, and hi to the family, and keep up the great work here at Civic Media. It's outstanding.
Thanks, bud. Take care. See you, Zommers.
You got it.
Adios.
Oh, that's Stuart J. Waddle. Check out his work if you're in Southeast Wisconsin on WRJN or here in Northeast Wisconsin. You can hear him on WGBW doing the news and breaking all the stories that we need to know about. Great stuff. Lance Barber will be here in just a few minutes. He is famously, he played young Sheldon's dad. What a great role. So he was also on The Comeback. He's done a Christopher Guest movie, and he was in The Godfather of Green Bay, which we'll play next week. And we'll talk about his time on the set. We had a great time. He still calls me Balls. I've just learned to accept it. But we'll have Lance on in just a few minutes. And then Courtney Cronin-Dold will be here at 7:20. Let's bang out a couple of these stream comments, Sommers. What do you say? We got Little Irv says, love scene. I don't know what he's talking about there.
Maybe that must be another Steve.
It might be from The Jerk, because he learned what his special purpose was.
Gotcha.
The first time. I think that's what Lil Irv is talking about. Sydney Politics says, every time you single out people in the question of the day, I think they passed away. Sorry, Sydney. No, we do that all the time. If someone's got a big enough body of work where we can just make the question about them and what is your favorite work of theirs, that's kind of what we do. Sydney says, thank goodness I was wrong. Cheaper by the dozen. Great one. Sydney Politics says, you're right, Dave. All right, we are coming right back with Lance Barber. After the news, it's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Great to have you with me on the Civic Media Radio Network.
See you, my old friend. Every highway, seen better days. The morning after blue, from my head down to my shoe. Every highway, me slip away on you.
92.7 WMDX. Warning, may cause smarter dinner conversations. Our lakes are gorgeous. Just don't swim in them. 92.7 WMDX, keeping Madison honest, one broadcast at a time.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The FBI is working to set up interviews with the Democratic lawmakers and military veterans who appeared in a video reminding service members not to carry out illegal orders. Congresswoman Maggie Goulander of New Hampshire is among the 6 who appeared in the video.
I am doing my job. I will not be intimidated. I will not be harassed. I will continue to do my job.
Do I need to call him?
I oath, and I will never give up the ship.
Dr. Ralph Abraham has been appointed to
Sounds good. Should I give him a call now or wait a little bit yet?
Health and Human Services Department spokesperson confirmed
Okay.
ABC
Whatever you
News.
prefer.
He did send an email earlier
during the pandemic,
saying that he's going to pause his travel, find a quiet space, and then phone in. So unless it really comes up to it, I'll wait and see if I
President
hear
Trump
from him.
sending special envoy
I don't know if he has the number, unless it was on the sheet.
Conrad gave it to him.
Oh, he did. Yeah, give him a couple
deadly
minutes.
attack in Ukraine's capital overnight, killing at least 7 people. This is ABC News.
The Packers prepare for the Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. NFL, the Packers head to Detroit to face the Lions on Thanksgiving. Kickoff at Ford Field at noon Thursday. We learned that quarterback Jordan Love is dealing with a separated left shoulder, an AC joint sprain he suffered last week against the Giants. Is that why he was only handing off the ball with his right hand against the Vikings?
Yeah, exactly. It didn't affect me too much. Took a couple hits on it, but was fine for the most part. And yeah.
NBA, the Bucks losing at home last night to Portland, 115-103. It's their 5th loss in a row. They play the Heat in Miami tomorrow night. And the Wisconsin Badgers, Mimi Collier, on being the #1 pick overall in the Major League Professional Volleyball Draft.
It was so much fun. We're having a little watch party in the locker room right now. The whole staff is there. Some of the girls are there. And it's so nice just being surrounded by people that I love and experiencing a moment like this. And it's something I'll never forget.
That's Wisconsin's Mimi Collier with sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. After a few slow weeks at theaters, there was a big bounce back this past weekend thanks to Wicked for Good. The film pulled in $150 million over the weekend to lead the way at the box office and another $76 million worldwide for a pre-Thanksgiving take of $226 million. Coming in second place was Lionsgate's Now You See
In
Me,
between
Now You
this
Don't.
hour and
The
next,
film pulled
do
in
you want to
just
do the
over $9 million
15-second
in its
teasers?
second
I'm
week
just
in
prepping
theaters.
them right now.
Predator
Okay,
Badlands
and then
landed
also,
with an
I'll have to
impressive
double
third
check
place finish with
and make sure that
$6.2
you
million
said
at the box office, but a
5 to
drop-off
8
of
instead of
just
6 to
about
8.
50%
Because the ones for
in
yesterday,
second
you had said
theaters.
6 to 8.
The well-reviewed
And I didn't catch it.
of the Predator franchise has pulled in a
Anyway, it
total
looks
of
like
$76
Lance is
million.
calling in.
The
Just a
Running
second.
Man landed in 4th place in its second week of release with 5.8 million big ones, but a big drop-off from last week at 65%. Coming in 5th place was the new Brandon Fraser comedy Rental Family with $3.5 million. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Rain transitioning into snow by Wednesday morning. Breezy with a low near 30. Wind advisory for tomorrow. Gusts higher than 40 miles an hour at times. Cloudy
All right,
snow
we've
showers
got
and
him
windy
ready to
throughout
go,
the day.
and
A
everything
high only in
sounding
the
good.
mid-30s. Right
Great.
now it's 48.
The John and Gordy
Hey,
Show.
Aaron.
We're talking with Mike
Yeah.
McCabe. We have
Who
this
else do you-
whole thing where
besides
people's
Tom and
jobs are being
Lance
replaced
and
with
Paul
AI and robots.
to the best of show on Friday?
We could have the conversation you just had about Gordon Lightfoot. That could be part of it.
People with machines
Okay.
just don't go into the pockets
More
of the
Gordo.
billionaire. You've got to have a society where the benefits of technological advancements are widely shared.
Weekday morning, 6 till 8 on 92.7 WMDX.
All right, those are
and
all
the
ready to
Civic
go. Next
Media
break.
app.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here.
good.
Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing
All right,
ways
30
for you to
seconds.
get off the
Hey,
sidelines.
will you
and
play
get
the
active
Croce tune? I
activity.
sent you that
This
one last
change
set of
Yep.
starts
when we
with
come
you.
back after the break.
Get involved and tune in.
So not right now.
Yeah, maybe
Monday
the
through
second break.
Friday,
We'll just keep a
11
couple
a.m.
minutes into the
Yeah,
second,
right
like a
here,
total of 18
your
minutes or
local
something.
Okay, he can hear us right now, by the way.
Oh, hey, Lance.
We just can't hear him just yet. But
Okay. Welcome back. It is a beautiful, balmy, rainy night here in the state of Wisconsin as we broadcast statewide from gorgeous downtown Green Bay. Thanksgiving right around the corner, folks. Life is good, and it is great to have you here as we talk about the things in life that make us happy, like movies, TV, comedy, music, Stuart J. Waddle's love of Gordon Lightfoot. And now we turn our attention to a good friend of mine who I just think the world of this guy. He is one of our favorites here. He was one of the stars of Young Sheldon, The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow, and of course, the godfather of Green Bay, Mr. Lance Barber. Hey, buddy.
Hi, everybody. Gobble, gobble.
Good. It's good to hear your voice, Lance. How are you tonight?
Nice to hear you too. I'm well. How are you, my friend?
Doing great. I understand you're taking the tribe cross country. Is this a Griswold family type trip, or what's happening?
Yeah, this is our annual nightmare. It is really playing out as it should be. You know, somebody's got to get sick, and then the weather has to be really horrendous as this storm approaches across the southwest portion of the Great Lakes area. So,
wow,
we'll see how we fare. But
all right.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. We're lucky to be home with family every year, and we still get to do that and always have. Yeah.
Good, sweet old Michigan. That's awesome, buddy. It's great to hear your voice. Hey, Lance, do you have a favorite Steve Martin movie?
I really love The Man with Two Brains.
Oh, dude, that was my runner-up.
Was that your runner-up?
It was. Well, I went with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I'm going to be honest with you. I barely remember The Man with Two Brains. That was a joke. Thinking it might get a laugh from you. I barely remember that movie. I remember it, but it's definitely not my favorite. I mean, I think I love Planes, Trains. Everybody does, but the performance there, the whole movie as a whole, is just so funny and moving in the whole thing. And I love seeing Steve Martin play an uptight guy, you know, as opposed to a wild and crazy guy. So
absolutely,
he's really, he's good. Yeah,
great answer, buddy. So let's jump in. I think I gave you some details. We're having a screening of The Godfather of Green Bay a week from Thanksgiving, December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall, this brand new, beautiful facility in Madison. It's for part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society, and it was a coworker's idea. And I said, sure, let's do it. So that's why I wanted to have you on. I just wanted to kind of jump back and take you down memory lane a little bit and, talk for a few minutes about The Godfather of Green Bay, as well as a few other things you have going on. So it's great to have you here.
Nice to be here. And I'm glad that you're using that wonderful movie for such a good things. So,
yeah.
I wish I could be. If I was still in the Great Lakes next week, I'd come join you and watch.
Well, it's funny you say that because remember, I was a guest on this show, Director's Cut, which I ended up taking over the hosting gig when the other host stepped down. You drove up, I think, from Chicago, and were on the show with me, and we got to walk around State Street a little bit. So I have great memories of you hanging out in Madison with me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was my first time hanging out in Madison, so I have a strong and a positive memory of that time as well. That was a lot of fun. I watched that recently. It's online somewhere, or I have it, but I still have that shirt. And,
oh, that's awesome.
But I remember that fondly as well. Yeah.
So what are your overall thoughts? I remember when we cast you in that movie. It was so much fun, and we had looked at all these we probably read 50 actors for that role of Kenny Caruso, and you came in and we had a meeting that night, and I thought you were my favorite by far, and the other two producers jumped in and said you were on another level. And you were so good, Lance. And it was so much fun having you on the set. You were as much fun off camera as you were on, and you just brought great energy. So to this day, I'm thankful we found you.
Well, I'm just a really terrific human being. You know,
I didn't go that far.
There's something about me, is what they say. There's something about him. And I can't put my finger on it. It doesn't have a name, perhaps, but I'm just exceptional in regards to anyone else in the human race. So you lucked out getting me, kid.
I wouldn't have phrased it like that, but I agree.
Oh, no? Oh, thank you.
That was very over, but absolutely
I appreciate the heapings on. I remember the audition well because I remember you, and I remember you being familiar, right? And I have a couple of other friends who I'm tight with who I met in LA, but they were actually Midwestern guys, and the culture and the sensibilities and the sense of humor were familiar to me. And it felt there was just that natural thing. We hit it off because. And of course, knowing what the subject matter was with comedy at the time of the movie, and it having something to do with the Great Lakes Midwest area where we're both from, was appealing. And so I remember being so excited to get that job just because it was a job. And I had nothing. I had nothing at the time. And then it was a job that was going to take me home, so to speak, And we went home, and again, to that familiarity, going back to where we shot in Marinette and up in that whole area was, again, just so familiar, so comfortable in regards to the culture, the people, and then to be with that wacky group of folks was a ball. I recently, one of the memories was being in the parking lot and seeing the Northern Lights for the first time one evening. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I do. That was one of the few things I was part of because typically I was so tired I went back to my parents' place where I was staying and crashed. But that night I missed out on a lot of fun. But that night I was there, and that was spectacular.
Yeah, that was a really cool memory. We all just gathered and quietly watched in the parking lot of the bar that we shot in. And this summer, I took my kids up over. We had a family reunion in northern Wisconsin, and we drove up over the UP and went through that area. And so I had a lot of nostalgia. And tried to show them. We actually went through there, and I couldn't find the bar, but
it burned down.
Still there? It burned down.
It was one of very mysterious, the amount of bars in the Marinette Menominee area that are subject to fire when business starts to slow down. I can't explain it, but that one bit the dust.
When the
Unfortunately,
owners are close to retirement. Yeah, right.
That's such great stuff. Thank you for saying all that because it kind of is bringing me down memory lane too. And I loved, one of the coolest things that I knew we cast the right guy because, that was my first big role like that. And it was great having you there to not only kind of carry me through the movie, but also to say off screen, people are like, "Oh, you guys go way back, huh?" And I was like, "No, we just met. Like we cast Lance. We were not friends. We just found Lance through the casting process." So I felt like we had made a really good choice when people said that kind of stuff because I thought we had good chemistry, which was fun.
Yeah, I agree. People said the same to me. Yes, and it was that familiarity thing.
Yeah.
I think we made each other laugh. Yeah.
Absolutely. My guest is Lance Barber. He is one of the stars of, yes, The Godfather of Green Bay, but also Young Sheldon, where he played George Cooper, young Sheldon's father. And you can look for Lance on the reboot of The Comeback. Lance, I've got a question here from one of the cast members of The Godfather of Green Bay, Mike Desitel, says, questions for Lance. Any chance you'll make an appearance in George and Mandy's First Marriage? Would you be up for a sequel to The Godfather of Green Bay? I think you're one of the all-time great TV dads. Can you share the story of how you appeared at your funeral in Young Sheldon? You could do that, Lance, if you're willing.
I mean, Mike Desitel, just loaded. Just that one's. How much time do we have?
We'd have to make this a mini series. Why don't you pick the question you want to answer? The George and Mandy's First Marriage or the sequel of The Godfather of Green Bay?
I already did a Georgie and Mandy thing in the first season. It's probably the only one I'll do. And they invited me back for a dream sequence, which I thought was, for the most part, touching way to revisit George. Otherwise, it feels shark jumpy and unnecessary. So I was happy to do that. And that'll probably be that. And I would love to do where are they now? Of the cast of characters from Godfather of Green Bay is what I've been dying to do.
That is not happening, by the way, but obviously you'd be the first guy.
Especially right now. I mean, like The Comeback, it was many years in the making, the sequel. So I don't see why not, Pete. I think you should get on it.
Yeah,
I think all of us that were on it could use the work. So let's.
I don't know about that. Dude, you said something so funny. Oh, go ahead, Lance. Sorry.
No, I don't remember what I was saying. Go ahead.
Mike Siegel, a friend of ours, and one of my best friends, did a behind-the-scenes look at the Godfather of Green Bay. It's out there on YouTube. I think you could just Google behind-the-scenes Godfather of Green Bay. It's a 20-minute YouTube video where he interviewed Tony Goldwyn and Lauren Holly and Eric Price and Steve Seagren and you said, he said, what do you think of Pete's directing abilities? And you said, I think Pete's got a very bright future. Not in directing, of course, but it was just a beautiful moment and played into that thing where all we did was break each other up. It was so much fun. And I'm indebted to Mike for making that video because it was great. But were you amazed at, like, honestly, now, I haven't been on a ton of movie sets, Lance, but the amount of people, the amount of comedians we had between you, Lennon, Eric Price, Steve Seager, Mike Siegel, Mike Toomey, Jimmy Pardo, Rob Martin, all these guys, I've never been around that much funny. And to this day, I still haven't. Now, you've been in some really big projects. You could probably talk differently to that, but we had a really talented group, didn't we?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was literally a laugh riot, and it wasn't, and it was different than you might find in a club or whatever. But we were all there together doing this thing, and it was just destined to be fun, right?
Yeah.
And in that, with that setting and with that company that you just listed, was just I smile at the memory of it. I smile and laugh at a lot of things that we won't share on this radio show, of things that were indelible in my mind, of making me laugh till I cried, and hard not to in that company. So, yeah, I mean, it sets in such a great place in my, especially being so young in my career. It was just the perfect job with the perfect people. It really was. It was so much fun. And I don't imagine, for myriad reasons, that you just, some of it had to do with youth and all of the other things of it being kind of a, let's get the gang together to do a show in the barn feel, you know what I mean? Of being an independent thing.
Right.
And I don't know if I'll be a part of something that was that kind of fun again. It was the perfect storm for that kind of fun. Yeah,
it absolutely was. And I want to share, Tom Lennon was on the show last night talking about the screening next week. And I pointed out a scene that he had kind of forgotten about. It was he and Tracy Thorpe in a booth at closing time. And he asked if he could touch her boobs. And she said no. And then she looked at her watch a minute later. Like, the scene plays on beautifully. But we have that booth was so special because you and me and Steve Seager and Lauren Holly, probably Lennon and Tracy Thorpe were in that booth, and Eric Price came walking over. His character name was Rat Boy, but I don't think we ever said that during the movie. But you knew it, and he's shaking his butt. Yeah. And you had probably just had a shot, and you said, "Hey, Rat," and you're laughing before you could even get the line out. It was such a beautiful moment of the hysterics we were in. My guest is Lance Barber. We're going to do a really short break, and then we'll keep Lance just for a couple more minutes. He's taking the tribe cross country, or at least through Michigan, but he's here on Nite Lite tonight, and we'll be right back with a couple more minutes with Lance Barber on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
What I say now, what I say one time, the harder they come, harder they'll fall, one and all. Ooh, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all.
News, weather, and sports for Madison right here on WMDX. Streaming 24/7 online at WMDXradio.com.
Herbal Aspect has landed. That's right, Madison's go-to cannabis destination now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie, because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Keeping you connected to your local community. Here's Terry Barr with the Civic Media Radio Network.
If you've ever snapped a photo at Lambeau Field, turns out you're in good company. A new study from sports analyst PixWise shows the legendary home of the Green Bay Packers ranks among the most Instagrammable stadiums in the NFL. Researchers looked at every venue, then counted the times fans tagged it on Instagram. Lambeau Field scored big, landing at number 7 with more than 218,000 hashtags. Fans point out the mix of history and heart that makes Lambeau so photogenic. From the frozen tundra and the old school bleachers to the modern updates that still honor its past. So at the top of the list, well, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, home to both the Giants and the Jets. By the way, Soldier Field in Chicago ranks 4th. But when it comes to capturing that perfect game day moment, few places shine quite like Green Bay's own Lambeau Field. Until next time, I'm Terry Barr.
Drivers, Austin Cindric here. As a NASCAR Cup Series driver of the number 2 Discount Tire Ford Mustang,
30 seconds.
There's a few rules of the road I like to tell my family and friends. Tire pressure is critical.
We've been running away from something we both know. We've long run out of things to say.
All right, welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. That is Jim Croce. My current guest, Lance Barber, and I have a, I don't know, would you call it a man crush, Lance, in the most innocent way possible on Jim Croce?
Oh no, it's more than that. But you can, you say what you have to. But I'm in love with it.
Lance digs him in the big way. Yeah, we both do. It was fun. I remember you played your guitar during a break, and you played that song, and that's always stayed with me. Just a great memory from the set. But I also tried to get Kurt Newman of the Bodines to come to Madison, who they did such a great job with the soundtrack, and Kurt wrote that score. But he was touring and all that, so I thought my second vote would be if we had the budget, I would get Lance Barber there to play the guitar and warm people up for the audience, because that was a really fun memory. Not even joking.
And I would do it. I would do it, but you don't have the budget. So
I don't have the budget.
Not go any further with it.
I'll give you airfare and a per diem to get you to Madison to play 3 songs. Lance Barber is here from Young Sheldon and the Comeback. Lance, tell us about the Comeback. There's a reboot, I guess?
That's none of your business. It's a third season of the Comeback, and I have a little bit to do with it. I was on the first 2 seasons, and it's a span of 20 years for 3 seasons of a show. It's got a really neat, I think, place in TV history. It was a fun show for me to be a part of, and I'm proud to get back and be a part of the third one in a small way. But they finished shooting, and I think it comes out next year sometime in the spring. So I'm really excited about it just because of the legacy of the show, and I enjoyed that character a lot.
It's a great show. Definitely check out the show and check out Lance's work in it. Lance, Lauren Holly is going to be on the show next week. Do you have a message I could relate to Lauren, other than say hi?
Yeah, tell her, hey, balls. I
Hey, she got in on that.
like,
She called herself Balls 3.
Yeah, she did.
Which sounds strange, but yeah, no, she. And oh, by the way, Tom Lennon was on last night, and when he heard we played your tag coming back from a break, you said you're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. And when Tom heard that, he wanted to recut his, so he said Schwaballs too, which is apparently the new way to pronounce my last name, which is fine with me.
That's amazing.
Now, my question is, you have said that, or it has been said by a listener, that you must have a wet mouth to correctly pronounce Schwaba. But what about Schwaballs?
Schwaballs, you don't have to wet your lips.
Even wetter.
Even wetter.
No. You don't have to wet your lips before you say it, but they'll be wet after. So
classic Barber. Dude, this
classic
was fun.
Barber.
Thank you for taking the time, Lance. Get back to your family. Have a great Thanksgiving. I miss you, pal, and I love you. And
happy Thanksgiving to you and Lauren Holly and everybody else. And always good to talk to you, Pete. And I'll talk to you soon.
You got it. All right. Lance Barber, everybody. Check out his work on The Comeback, on Young Sheldon. And you could see his work next Thursday night, December 4th, at the Atwood Music Hall. He is part of the cast of The Godfather of Green Bay and an integral part. Very funny. And just a huge fan. So great to talk to Lance. Courtney Cronin Dole, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up at 7:20. Very funny comedian and writer. I had the pleasure of working with Courtney on Sports Soup on the writing staff. And just love her. So she's great. We're going to read some text. How are we doing on time, Aaron? Can I get a couple?
Got 3 minutes.
Are we way behind?
On text? I don't believe so.
Okay, good.
We've got a couple. But
Craig Knitt on the stream says, I love Steve Martin. His comedies are classic. The Jerk, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Three Amigos, Roxanne. But my favorite is more of a drama, Parenthood. That film brings me to tears. Well done, Craig. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Great to hear from you, Craig. Craig had a great showing of his film Daniel Needs to Leave in Waiwiga last week, or 2 weeks ago now. Great fun. A lot of fun in his film Crushed. Terry Ryan in the 414 says, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Yes, Terry, I am totally with you. In fact, that's probably my second favorite Steve Martin movie. Absolutely love Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Michael Caine. It might be Steve Martin's funniest performance because, like Lance said, Steve Martin is like, plays uptight really well, but man, he plays just a goofball in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And he's great. Jim from Brookfield in the 262 says, good evening, Pete. Father of the Bride is my favorite Steve Martin movie. It has a good storyline with lots of humor. As a father of two daughters, I can relate to it. Well, that's why we love movies, right, Jim? That's outstanding. Thank you, buddy, for the text. Appreciate that. Brett from Brown Deer says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is his best, but if I had to pick another, I would choose Sergeant Bilko. I've never seen Sergeant Bilko. Sommers, that's my Dumb and Dumber.
Is it? I feel like it's not quite as...
probably not.
Not as many people have seen that as Dumb and Dumber.
You're probably right about that. No, Dumb and Dumber crushed at the box office. 1994, baby. John Murray from Madison in the 608 says, The Jerk was my fave Steve Martin flick. Remember his dog... Yeah, we can't say his dog's name on TV. Let's call it, or on the radio, let's call him Craphead, for lack of a better, I think you guys can figure out what Steve Martin's dog. Yeah, but The Jerk was great. That was like one of those movies I saw. I was probably like in 7th grade or whatever. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should be watching this. Like, there's a lot of like sex stuff, but it was very funny.
Yeah, I saw Parenthood fairly young, and there are also moments in that one that are not suitable for children.
In Parenthood?
I don't remember what they were, but I remember my mom being like, let's not watch this anymore.
Oh, no kidding. John continues and says, my God, Planes, Trains is a close second. I fell in love with Steve's album first. What a great entertainer. Totally agree, John Murray from Madison. We are coming right back. The keyword is actor, ACTOR. If you want to win free tickets to the Godfather of Green Bay screening next Thursday night in Madison, we're coming right back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Act 3 is next.
If that's the way that you want it, well, that's the way I want it more. 'Cause there's one less set of footsteps on your floor. in the morning. Put every one less set of footsteps on your floor in the morning.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station, WMDXradio.com.
ABC News.
Yeah.
I can lay those down whenever you're ready.
Oh, cool. Just a second.
No rush. You just tell me when you're ready.
American Airlines telling ABC
Okay. I guess I already had it open. I'm ready now.
Wednesday night on Nite Lite, it's an all-star cast of Katie Leclerc. Oh, it's Leclerc, sorry. Wednesday night on Nite Lite, it's an all-star cast of Katie Leclerc from A Cherry Pie Christmas, comedian Mike Schmidt, Wisconsin foodies Arthur Ursink, Craig Knitt, and Heather Heil. Let's light it up. Is that okay on time?
Yep.
Okay. I'll keep going. Thursday night on Nite Lite, it's another all-star cast of... Thursday night on Nite Lite, it's another all-star cast of Dumb and Dumber and Goodfellas actor Mike Starr, Airplane writer-director David Zucker, and Comedy City in De Pere and musician Trapper Shep. Let's light it up. Can't talk. Friday on Nite Lite, it's an all-star show with Thomas Lennon, Lance Barber, Paul Vandenplas of Wonderfully Wisconsin, and Gordon Lightfoot Talk with... God dang it. Friday on Nite Lite, it's another all-star show with Thomas Lennon, Lance Barber, Paul Vandenplas of Wonderfully Wisconsin, and Gordon Lightfoot Talk with Civic Media's Stuart Waddles. Let's light it up.
Yeah, those should be good. Do you want to do one for Monday as well?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. Who do I have? Let me see.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know that. I can't...
Do you have a place you keep track of all that? Like a...
I do. I have a show sheet, and I thought you had access to it.
Maybe I
If
do.
you
I'll
don't,
look.
I apologize, but I can send you the... God, I got a lot of guests. You want me just to go?
Yeah, I'm still recording. So
Okay. On the next Nite Lite, I welcome Betsy Gasper from Old World, Wisconsin, Jane Wells of the West Shore Corral in Marinette, comedian Dobie Maxwell, and Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller.
all right, so we got all those. I don't think I have that show sheet.
I don't even know. how to
If
give
I do,
you
I don't know where it
access.
is, but maybe I can find it.
Well, I'll make sure you have it by Monday. I'm not even sure how to do that. So, all
Sounds good.
right, I'll be right back.
The issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in middays right here on your local Civic Media station from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program. Tag, you're it.
From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
The Bucks head to Miami. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. NBA. The Bucks head to Miami tomorrow night to face the Heat. Last night, the Bucks losing at home to the Portland Trail Blazers, 115-103. Doc Rivers on how Portland's Jamie Grant finished with 35 points.
Just beating us off the dribble, being more physical. But we're getting killed every night at the free throw line. Every night. And it's us. It's not the refs. It's us. We got to figure out a way of playing defense better without fouling. And we got to figure out a way of getting to the foul line ourselves.
NFL, the Packers back at practice. Tomorrow afternoon, a short flight to Detroit to play the Lions on Thanksgiving. The Badgers football team in Minnesota Saturday to play the Gophers. Luke Fickell says he wants to finish the season with the Paul Bunyan axe.
What makes college football special is rivalries. The number one most important thing is in a rivalry is respect. It's all about getting that axe.
That's Luke Fickell with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Rain transitioning into snow by Wednesday morning. Breezy with a low near 30. Wind advisory for tomorrow. Gusts higher than 40 miles an hour at times. Cloudy, snow showers, and windy throughout the day. A high only in the mid-30s. Right now it's 48.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
Prices are going up. Shrinkflation is paying the same price for a smaller size.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who appreciates a nice hot meal at a fair price, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Act 3 on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving episode, version, whatever you want to call it, of Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba, and it is so... I just love that you're here. We're building up to Thanksgiving. What is more fun than a major holiday right around the corner? We have the anticipation, sometimes, of children. If you're hurting this holiday season, though, I hate to hear that, and please reach out to a loved one and try to find something to be grateful for, if nothing else, that there are people in your life who love you. So I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. I will be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and back live on the air on Monday, again with Mr. Aaron Sommers. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Glad to be here, and looking forward to Monday as well. It's always fun being on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Dude, it is awesome having you, and thank you for filling in for the K-Man, who is on vacation in Florida. We've had a great show so far. It's been a lot of fun talking to our pal Stuart J. Waddles, the Civic Media newsman. We talked about the Edmund Fitzgerald a little bit with Stuart, and then my pal Lance Barber came on of Young Sheldon fame, and the Comeback. And season 3 of the Comeback will be on shortly. Check your local listings. Actually, did he say when that's coming on? I don't know if I
don't remember if he did.
Yeah. But I think it's worth a Google. Great show. Very funny show. And Lance can be seen in the Godfather of Green Bay, which we are screening next week in Madison. I'll give you some more information on that. How are we doing on the free tickets? Do we I know we had quite a few texts. I hope are they gone?
There's it will not decide until after the show, because you can still text in. You still have a chance till the end of the show tonight.
Give them that screen name, please, my friend. The screen
Well, yeah,
name. I mean the keyword, if you will.
Yeah, if any of you are listening and you can make it next week, Thursday, to the screening of The Godfather in Green Bay. The Godfather of Green Bay. The screening is not in Green Bay. The screening is in Madison at Atwood Music Hall. Doors open at 6. Movie starts at 7. You can hang out with Pete Schwaba, or at least ask him some questions. And the key word to text in on the Civic Media app for 4 tickets is ACTOR. ACTOR, ACTOR, for your chance to win 4 tickets to the screening next week. Otherwise, they're not too expensive tickets. If you don't win, you should still show up. It's $10, I believe.
$10, and part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. So it's for a great cause. John and Gordy will be there, my Civic Media older brothers. They're going to introduce me. They're going to host a Q&A afterwards. The music was by the Bodines. This is a total Wisconsin movie. We shot it in Northeast Wisconsin years and years ago, 20 years ago now, a little over 20 years. And the film came out and was in Blockbuster and all the video stores. We had a great run. It's kind of a cult classic, I would say. That's what other people tell me it is. So I can live with that. But Lauren Holly, Tony Goldwyn, Lance Barber, Tom Lennon, me, Eric Price from Milwaukee, Rob Martin from Milwaukee, Steve Seeger, Mike Siegel, Jimmy Pardo. Great cast and a really fun, feel-good movie. The perfect way to kick off the holidays, and music by the Bodines. It should be a really fun evening in Madison next Thursday night. So we've got people we'll give the tickets to. If you want to text in, the keyword is ACTOR, ACTOR, as Zommers just told you. And it was really fun to talk to Lance Barber. Courtney Cronin-Dold will be coming up in about 10 minutes. She's a very funny comedian. And I was part of a staff with her, a writing staff at Sports Soup on Comcast years ago. We had a lot of fun working on that show together. Matt Eisman was the host. Courtney's a very funny comic as well. So that will be fun to catch up with Courtney. And what am I missing, Zommers? Am I missing something? I feel like I've got more information for the people. I do. Next Tuesday, folks, is Giving Tuesday. Are you going to give, Zommers?
I don't know. I know it's been around for a long time, but I'm not too familiar with Giving Tuesday. This is not just me saying it so you'll explain it to the listeners. I legitimately am not super familiar with it.
Set me up. Well, Civic Media believes this is a special, impactful, and essential day. Our stations across the state will be highlighting and raising money for local organizations. It's all about local folks and making a difference. Listen to Civic Media throughout the day on December 2nd and learn how you can support your community. That is next Tuesday. We also have a text to win contest coming up here at Civic Media, one of our really fun multi-state text to win contests that starts Monday, December 1st. So we'll have all kinds of information, great prizes, win up to $200 a day, and some big, they were calling them adult prizes, and I didn't know what to make of that at the meeting. Sommers. It sounded like it was sort of an adult weird thing, but it's not. They're just like prizes for big people, right?
Right. Yeah. That's my understanding, at least.
Nothing weird. The only thing is you have to have the Civic Media app to play. So make sure you have that by Monday, folks, and we will be off to the races. Our question of the night, still got an hour of show left here before we take our little Thanksgiving break, is what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was released on this day in 1987. Tyler in the 608 says the dentist in the movie, The Little Shop of Horrors. Bill Murray loved his gentle touch. That is such a great movie. Another one of the great Steve Martin roles you kind of forget about. Rick Moranis was hilarious in it. Jim from Kenosha in the 262 says, I think it was called The Sign, where he talked to the road sign. The sign where he talked to the road sign. Did I miss part of this text, Zommers? I want to get it right.
I don't know. I'm going to take a look and see if I can find what he's talking about.
Justice here. Yeah, a text back, Jim, if you want to clarify. But thank you for the text.
Carrie. I think it might be LA Story, the signpost.
Oh, LA Story, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did he already text that? Did I miss that? Sorry about that, Jim. LA Story is a great satire about living in LA. There was one. I
haven't seen that one.
It's kind of funny. Sarah Jessica Parker is in it. And I do remember there was one line where Steve Martin, they were kind of starting to kiss and get it on a little bit. And he says, your breasts feel really strange. And she says, oh, they're real. So it's a nice pokes fun at LA. Very nice. Good movie. Carrie from Tosa in the 414 says, All of Me with Lily Tomlin. Great one. That's the second time we've heard All of Me, I think, tonight. Jim from the 920 here in Appleton says, favorite movie. Well, my favorite part was Maxwell of Silver Hammer fame in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The movie is probably Roxanne. Okay. Roxanne is another one I forgot about, and I just rewatched that like 3 years ago. That's a really funny Steve Martin movie, and it kind of holds up. It's slightly dated, but Daryl Hannah plays his love interest, and it's a satire of Cyrano de Bergerac. Great movie, and a really great 1980s movie. Chris Casper, oh, I wish I had seen this earlier. He says, some Gordon Lightfoot. I cannot tell you how much I love that song. It makes me cry every damn time. So thanks for making me cry, Pete. It's nice to make Casper cry for something that does not have to do with engineering, because I pester the living daylights out of him. I'm sure he's cried himself to sleep with Schwaba requests. So I'm happy to make you cry in a different way, Chris. Great to hear from you, buddy. Where are we here? Janet from Madison, LA Story. Probably because I was living in LA at the time. It came out and it was enjoyable to actually get all of the inside jokes. Totally with you. That was before I moved to LA, Janet. And you're right. Once I moved out there, so much more about that made sense. Same thing with The Big Lebowski, sort of. You still have time, folks, if you want to text in, what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? That is our question of the night here. Melissa from the 608 says Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Totally with you, Melissa. Love that movie. As I said before, it's probably my second favorite Steve Martin movie. Thank you for the text. From the 818, our pal Bridget says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Such a great story. Great holiday movie. Love the music and acting, of course. Zomers, that's the second time you played a couple songs from that soundtrack. And it has a very underrated soundtrack.
It does. There's just so many parts of that movie that impress themselves on your brain and you don't forget. And the music is one of them.
That's a great point, and you're absolutely right. I remember the first time I saw that movie, I was in my dorm room at DePaul University, and I laughed hysterically. John from the 608, our pal John Murray, says, hate to say it, and it won't be popular, but it's time for Wisconsin to adopt the DUI test that Dr. Melmahay went through in The Man with Two Brains. No more getting 11 of them in a lifetime. That's hilarious. And you're very right. And I thought Lance Barber said The Man with Two Brains and he was joking, but I love that movie. And there are some great lines in it. And I don't know if you remember this, John. His name was Dr. Michael Afar. Afar. You had to say it like that. And then when the interviewer said, how's that spelled? And he's like, just like it sounds. Afuhuhuhur. And his love interest was Anne Melmahay. So goofy and so Steve Martin. Maybe that movie captures the essence of Steve Martin better than any other. Whether it's the best movie or not, who knows? Do we have Ollie, Aaron?
Yeah, we do have Ollie.
Oh, we have Ollie from the North Woods. Hello, Ollie. Good evening.
Hi, Pete. I actually don't know anything about Steve Martin's movies because I worked all my life, so I didn't get to really watch movies.
Man.
And I don't have TV, so I still don't get to watch movies. But I did want to, after I talked to you last night, then you got to talking about the Sputnik, and I thought, I wish I would have known you were going to say something about that. I wanted to let you know that we lived in Germany when Russia put Sputnik up, and my sister made a mural on our front window, and she put Sputnik there in tin foil, and she won a prize from the Stars and Stripes. So I thought that might be interesting.
That's awesome. I love that. Ollie, you just said you've worked your whole life, and good for you. And I love that you listen to the show. I almost don't want to encourage you to watch TV because I feel like it would take you away from Nite Lite, and I certainly don't want that. But I think you've earned a few movies.
I don't have a TV, so I guess no movies for me. But
man.
I do listen to my Civic Radio all the time. So.
Well, we are very lucky to have you. Thank you so much for the phone call tonight, Ollie. Have a great Thanksgiving.
I wanted to tell you guys both to have a nice Thanksgiving, too.
Well, thank you. You too,
much, Ollie. Have a great Thanksgiving yourself, and have a great night. Thank you, Ollie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, love Ollie. Zomers, do we have time to play any of your board game stuff? You went to all that trouble, and I feel like sometimes I just keep yakking. And
I don't think there's enough time right now because just the clips are a little over 2.5 minutes, and I would have to explain it. But
maybe we'll do.
I will at least be playing it on the John and Gordy show in the afternoon later in the week.
Okay.
For
those
of
guys
you
not
listening,
are they not taking a break?
They are. I just mean I'm going to play it on one of the days that they're taking a break.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, for those of you listening, what it is I had a board game night with some of my friends last week and recorded asking them, what's your favorite board or card game to play in the holidays and why? And they had some great answers, all very different games, all for very different reasons.
And it was so great because, like you mentioned, that was one of our questions of the night. I think it was last week. What is your favorite board game? Because it was National Monopoly Day, so it was perfect timing. But maybe we can squeeze some of that in the last segment or after we talk to Courtney a little bit. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here, folks. We have our final guest of the evening is right around the corner. She's a very talented comedian and writer, and her name is Courtney Cronin-Gold, and she's coming up after this very short break. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those loving arms. I'm back where I belong. Back in baby's arms. Back in baby's arms. Back in baby's arms.
people who mute their TVs. 92.7 WMDX. Hey, hon, have you been to Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie
Oh,
yet?
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I know. I love the pizza.
Pizza is ridiculous.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for
Hey,
having me.
Courtney.
Hey, Pete.
How
Thank
are
you.
you? It's so great to hear your voice.
Good to see you.
This is awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for asking me. That was so sweet.
And just so you know, we are on the live stream. It is live, just not on the radio right now. But I wanted to, make sure we could all hear each other and everything.
Can you hear me okay? Because these earphones are kind of
No, we can hear you.
Shoddy.
Hear you great. And I think he was telling you that just so you knew that the people streaming over social media can hear us. So,
Totally.
So if you said something embarrassing about me, that would have been terrible, Courtney.
I wouldn't dream of it.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
The John and Gordy Show.
And look who's here. It's our pal,
this is
Pat
crazy.
Kreitlow.
Pat Kreitlow's in the
Pat,
studio.
what are you doing here?
I'm just
Okay.
wandering the station.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the donuts, though. I mean, you break into these studios.
You really should lock this door. I mean, you just never know who could wander in.
I was thinking the same thing.
Weekday mornings 6 till 8 on 92.7 WMDX and the Civic Media app.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation gets their chance at an unforgettable moment.
Welcome back. Hey, it's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. So fun to have you with me, folks. This is my last show before a quick Thanksgiving break, and I appreciate you spending your evening with me on this gorgeous rainy night here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, wherever you're joining me from in Wisconsin or beyond. Thank you so much for being here and helping us go into the break, our little holiday break here in style. We had a great time with Lance Barber earlier and Stuart Waddles, and now I'm very excited to welcome this next guest as well. She and I had the pleasure, it was my pleasure anyway, of working with her on a show called Sports Soup, a funny look at sports, and she was there for me day one, and I got to know her on in the writer's room. It was just great. She's a very funny comedian and a very talented writer, Miss Courtney Cronin-Dold. Hello, Courtney.
Hi, Pete. Thank you.
You're welcome. You look great. Look at you.
So
Where
do
are
you.
you?
I'm in my little office. I don't want to brag, but I share it with a washer and dryer.
It's all right. You could do a lot worse. Just don't open the lid when you do something that where sound is affected. Right?
I'm like smushed up against the wall, so you can't see it.
You could have a gentle cycle in right now, and I would have no idea because your microphone isn't good. Yeah.
True.
Hey, this is fun. I want to tell you before we start. Well, first I have to ask you: do you have a favorite? Our question of the night. We do this every night here. Do you have a favorite Steve Martin movie?
Yeah, Steve Martin is like one of my favorites. When I saw that was your question of the night, I was like, oh my God, I got to narrow it down. Okay. So his most endearing, like where you love him the most, Parenthood.
Nice.
He's
Very
so
nice.
great. And then the most silly and ridiculous, I'm a Lonely Guy fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love, why don't you just grow it long in the back and swoop it over? I think that's what the swoop it over conversation in that movie is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen.
I totally forgot about the Lonely Guy. Like he's got such a body of work. I've forgotten some of his great roles, like in Little Shop of Horrors and, The Jerk and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Wasn't Charles Grodin in The Lonely Guy too?
It's him and Charles Grodin and Judith Ivey. It's so
didn't
good.
they have a scene where guys that eat by themselves, they put cardboard cutouts around them so that they don't feel like losers? Oh my
At
God.
the Lonely Guy store, they have cardboard cutouts to put in their house to look like they have company.
That is so great. Oh, great
Yes.
choice, Courtney. And you know what's interesting is I do remember the director of that film was Arthur Hiller, who was the guy you would always see at the Oscars with the crazy white hair. And you go, who is that guy? Like, you just thought he was like an Oscar hanger-on, but no, he was like a real director, and he directed The Lonely Guy. Great choice.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch it tonight now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
funny.
I feel like I've got a whole bunch of them I need to watch here, thanks to our listeners. But I want to ask you this too. This is funny because I have a very good friend here at Civic Media named Terry Barr, who does all these great features here. We have a segment every Friday night called Bar Band Friday because she's tied into the music scene and she brings new music. She is awesome. And she said, please ask Courtney about the Kiss cruise landlocked in Vegas. We were both there. I met her at one in Nashville. So how do you like that?
Oh, wait. Okay, so then if we were in Nashville at a Kiss thing, then we met at Creatures Fest.
Okay.
Oh.
Terry, does that sound right?
As
Let
soon
us
as you
know.
said her name, I'm like, why do I know her? As soon as you said her name. Okay. It was well, I didn't actually like work the actual event.
Okay.
I hosted the pre-party.
Okay.
And which featured Ace Frehley's band. And in the process of planning that evening, he passed away.
Oh my! So that was
October
really
16th.
recently. Oh wow!
Yeah, he passed
okay.
away October 16th. So it ended up becoming a life celebration for Ace and his band playing together for the first time since he passed.
Wow!
So it was, and those guys are my good friends. I think I've gone to see Ace, Ace and Trickster probably more than anyone in the last 5-6 years.
No kidding.
Because I'm friendly with them all, and so wherever I am, if I'm anywhere near them, I'll go. And Ace's band was like my favorite thing. They're so great. Like Ace was smart. He always surrounded himself with incredible musicians, and his shows were always such a highlight, always so much fun. So that's what the evening became. So I hosted that, and I was supposed to do stand-up, but it became a cancer benefit and a life celebration for Ace.
Geez.
So we can't be like Ace tribute video, donate to cancer, and now comedy. So we didn't really do it that way. But I knew most of the people. I knew everyone in it, and I knew most of the people that were there. So I was just like a friendly voice, helping move things along. More than anything, and just, really just tastefully moving things along, bringing a little bit of humor where it was necessary. One of those kind of things, where I'm pretty good at making it not about me. I'm really good at that. I should probably get a little worse at that. Maybe I wouldn't be next to the washing machine, but
it reminded me what you just said
about
doing comedy at a life celebration and a cancer thing was when Homer Simpson had to do Mr. Burns's roast, and Smithers introduces him and said, I just want to inform you all that a small puppy, not unlike Lassie, was killed in the parking lot. And now it's time for the comedy stylings of Homer Simpson.
Do you know that that's happened to me for real?
I believe it.
The host went up before the show. First of all, shut off the game. That's death right there. Shut off sports. And then, and I'm sorry I'm late. My dog killed my other dog by accident in the middle of the night with a leash. Here's your host, Courtney Cronin.
Oh, man, is that funny? Oh, my gosh. That's gorgeous. All right, Courtney Cronin, do you use Dold? I didn't know how to.
I got rid of it.
Oh.
Because when I was sitting next to you in the office is when I met my husband, and I'll never forget it. You offered me a piece of chocolate. You go, Courtney, do you want some chocolate? And I remember I was like starving myself before I went to visit him in Germany. I was eating like tomato soup.
Let's pick up right there. We're going to get cut off. Let's pick up right there. I forgot about that. It's Pete Schwaba, Nite Lite, coming right back.
station your car presets warned you about. Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. On the roads and in the skies, the Thanksgiving rush is here. Ralph Lopez Massa's Senior Vice President, American Airlines, telling ABC affiliate WSOC they're ready.
Our flight crews, to our customer service agents, to our technical operations team caring for our fleet, it's all hands on deck. We prepare for holiday periods like this for an entire year.
A half dozen Democratic veterans of the military and intelligence community who appeared in a video urging troops to ignore illegal orders are now being contacted by the FBI. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying the video's vague rhetoric undermines trust, creates hesitation in the chain of command, and erodes cohesion. A manhunt underway for a Virginia high school football coach. State police say Travis Turner disappeared last week. Now, investigators have multiple warrants for his arrest for alleged possession of child pornography and allegedly using a computer to solicit a minor. This is ABC News.
The Bucks head to Miami. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. NBA, the Bucks head to Miami tomorrow night to face the Heat. Last night, the Bucks losing at home to the Portland Trail Blazers, 115-103. Doc Rivers on how Portland's Jamie Grant finished with 35 points.
Just beating us off the dribble, being more physical. But we're getting killed every night at the free throw line. Every night. And it's us. It's not the refs. It's us. We got to figure out a way of playing defense better. Without fouling, and we got to figure out a way of getting to the foul line ourselves.
NFL, the Packers back at practice. Tomorrow afternoon, a short flight to Detroit to play the Lions on Thanksgiving. The Badgers football team in Minnesota Saturday to play the Gophers. Luke Fickell says he wants to finish the season with the Paul Bunyan axe.
What makes college football special is rivalries. The number one most important thing in a rivalry is respect. It's all about getting that axe.
That's Luke Fickell with Sports on Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Wicked for Good made its long-anticipated debut in theaters this past weekend. The sequel to last year's film, which also opened just before Thanksgiving, was the second biggest opening of the year after a Minecraft movie. Wicked for Good pulled in $150 million over 3 days and another $76 million overseas for a global take of $226 million. According to Deadline, this was the largest opening ever for an Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo film. Even director John Chu and producer Mark Platt have never seen numbers like this before. Last year's Wicked went on to gross $750 million worldwide, and this film should pass it according to prognosticators. The first Wicked reviewed better with critics at 85% fresh, according to Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience scores for this film and last year's are basically identical at 95% favorable. The film should have legs through the holidays. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Construction barrels bloom every spring. So do opinions. WMDX, guiding Madison through life's most predictable surprises.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Rain transitioning into snow by Wednesday morning. Breezy with a low near 30. Wind advisory for tomorrow. Gusts higher than 40 miles an hour at times. Cloudy, snow showers, and windy throughout the day. A high only in the mid-30s. Right now, it's 48.
Where working people come to talk. It's The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network. Join me for an honest approach to the issues American working families care about. No talking points, no focus groups. Get ready for a heavy dose of democracy, fairness, grit, and no apologies. It's current affairs from a working class labor perspective. Facts are center, science is real, and everyone gets a seat at the table. The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire
30
class,
seconds.
to improving our representative government, to delivering.
I'm just going to assume that is a Kiss or Ace Frehley song.
Both.
Because who is it?
It's both.
Oh, it's both. Okay. That is the voice of Courtney Cronin, my guest here at Nite Lite tonight. Courtney and I go way back. We met on the in the writer's room of Sports Soup. And before the break, Courtney, I hated to cut you off, but we have really hard outs where the computer just takes over and I don't want you to get cut off. So I would love it if you continued that story about the chocolate.
Okay. So I remember you were like, I had met my husband while working on the show. Like I met this guy and then we like kind of fell in love. By the way, this was 17 years ago. We're still together.
Good for you. Nice.
Married 15 years 2 weeks ago. So
hey, congrats.
Yeah. So I was going to meet him. I was going to Germany to visit him and just, see what happens. So I was like on this massive diet, like at work. I was eating like watery tomato soup, like nothing. And you had these little chocolates and you go, hey, Courtney, do you want a chocolate? And I went, no, Pete, I can't eat chocolate. And you said, this is what you said. You go, Courtney, I'm pretty sure this little piece of chocolate is not going to determine whether or not you look better or worse in the negligee when you go to Germany.
I said that.
Something like that. Like this chocolate is not going to affect how you look in your negligee in Germany. And I was like, okay. It was so funny. And it was so true. Like I needed to calm down. I was like starving myself.
Did you eat the chocolate? Did you take it?
I don't remember. I was so hungry, I probably passed out right after that happened.
Oh, that is so funny. I have to tell you, that was my first, writing job with a staff that I did like this other bad clip show. It was on country music TV about Smokies and bandits. It's just awful. But that was a fun job because you were so awesome. And Roger and Andrew Genzer and Trevor and Rich.
Roger.
Yeah, I know. And you guys, I've had some of those guys on too, but the last time I was going to reach out to you, I thought I got to get Courtney on the show, but Becky Pettigo had just passed away and she was on the show probably a year ago. And I knew you guys were good friends. So I thought I'm going to sit this one out for a little bit, give you a chance because I know you guys were tight and I'm sorry to hear about her passing. She was great.
Yeah, that was tough. And Mike Siegel are, you guys are very close. I know.
Yeah.
Mike and Becky were real close and that was tough. Becky was a fantastic comedian. She was so funny. She was so intelligent.
Right.
And I saw her all the time because she worked down the street from me. So I walk my dog at night and if she wasn't too busy, she'd let us in and my dog thought it was the greatest thing ever that we could go inside the restaurant. So Becky wasn't really an animal person, but she liked my dog because he loved her so much.
Oh, that's nice.
So she'd be like, I always said she talked to my dog like he was a person. She'd be like, hey, Rainey, how are you? How you doing, Rainey? And it was so funny. Yeah, that was yucky. Yeah, it was bad.
So yeah, it really was. But I'm glad you guys all seem like you're doing. I didn't know her as well as Mike. Certainly, I met her at a couple of Mike's parties, and I just thought she was a very nice person, and she was fun to have on the show. And I know you guys were tight. You've had a lot of writing gigs. I'm kind of amazed that people go from gig to gig, and you do stand up. What do you prefer writing when it comes to comedy? Do you like the stand up world or writing on a show?
I would prefer to write on a show because it pays more.
Yeah.
But I always try to work with comedians because I always tell like producers or like when I go in on an interview or something like I speak comedian. We really have our own language and understanding.
Yeah.
That people that don't haven't been through what we've been through or do what we do. There's like a certain attachment we have for each other, even if we're not friends with people. You kind of still have to respect that person, what they're doing and how insane what we do is. We just kind of got each other, and there's like a way to talk to each other that I think sometimes people don't understand.
It's so funny you say that. You just made me remember something about the way I feel about comics. I haven't done stand up as a job in years and years, but you always do have that bond. Yeah, that's not true. But we do have that. Like when you start out, everything is competitive. Oh, I'm working that room. He's working that room. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And as you get older, it's just like, if I meet someone who I know is a comedian, I instantly just have affection for them now. It's like, I don't know if that's maturity or what, but it's like, because you're right. It's like such a unique thing that we have in common. And it's kind of fun that we can all share that at this point in our lives.
I think so. I think the longer we're around, the more we understand like how petty some of the things that we were upset about 25
Yeah.
years ago were. And,
Right.
you know, like what's really important now, you know, like
Yeah.
I'll say like Becky's passing, you know, awful. And then something wonderful that came out of it is brought like, you know, Gary and Kristen and Mike and Piper and stuff like that. We hang out a lot now. It's brought us
Yeah.
closer, and we, you know, we've kind of got like a nice, you know, nice little hang going. We're having a good time. We're you know, the local Redondo comics hanging
Yeah.
out together, and that's really nice, you know. And you know, we're always like, hey, have you heard about this thing? Hey, oh, hey, have you heard about that? You know, and just kind of like helping each other out. Like Gary and I did a pizza place a couple weeks ago, and it was on my wedding anniversary. And
Oh, wow.
but the guy said, hey, are you free next Thursday? I'm like, yes, because I'm 50. I don't know what next Thursday is. I don't know the date. I have no idea. So I come home, my husband's like, you know, that's our anniversary. I was like, oh God, well, you know, it pays and there's food.
I'll
And
take you out to dinner
it's
after.
down the street. And he goes,
Right.
all right, let's go. So they asked who I wanted to work with me. I go, how about Gary? And Gary and Kristen came, and the four of us, we had a blast. You know, it
Oh,
was
that's
great.
so great. That's
Yeah,
so
it was
great.
fun.
What clubs do you go up at, Courtney, in LA? And do you have clubs you still travel to? It'd be so great if you came to Wisconsin.
You know, well, you know, I was supposed to be there. I was actually supposed to be in your neck of the woods, and
Really?
it kind of fell apart. But we're working on it. We're working on coming back. I've been
Okay.
touring a lot with Don Jameson. He lives in New Jersey, and from that metal show, and we do this like rock and roll show together on the Monsters of Rock cruise and around at music festivals and stuff called Punchlines and Backlines. Excuse me. And I've been touring with Reb Beach from Winger and Whitesnake. We're doing like as many shows as we can that are like driving distance for him. Like
Yeah.
we can't really pull him away too much. But he's about to get real busy again because both the bands he was in forever both retired.
Okay.
So he had a little free time. So we kind of swooped in on him when he had a little free time, and we're like, come on, do some more stand up with us because he's so funny at it. He's so
Really?
funny. Oh my God. He's so hilarious. And he you know, he kind of tells stories, but he's got jokes, you know, because I always tell them, everyone who does our show, it's rock stars doing comedy for the first time.
Oh, I
Then we've been
love
doing
that.
it so long. Yeah, that we had people all stars, and we had people come back. Todd Latore from Queensryche, Britt Lightning from Vixen. They've come back and done it twice. Reb's done it like 4 times. PJ Farley from Trickster's done it twice. Chad Stewart from Faster Pussycat. Patrick Kennison, who plays with Lita Ford and his band Heaven Below. They've all done it a few times because they had so much fun. They came back. So
Wow.
yeah, so we're like, well, let's keep going, you know.
Yeah.
So we talked to Reb, and he's like, sure. So we've done like 5 road shows with Reb Beach, and he's like, you would never know he was not a comic if you didn't tell people that didn't know who he was. Like coming up next, Reb Beach. I mean, his act reveals who he is, and you know
Yeah.
what he's done for work, because that's most of his act is stories from the road and all the things that have happened, and because you can't believe it, the stuff that's happened to him.
My guest
So
is comedian Courtney Cronin. She is also a fabulous writer, and we're talking about the show she does, Punchlines and Backlines, with Reb Beach from Whitesnake, and was it Winger? Did you say?
Winger,
Okay,
yeah.
so you were a fan of all that music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you like
Yes.
the metal and stuff like that. I kind of remember that about you, and so I'm not surprised that you and Terry connected at some point because she's a huge fan as well. But are you just like in heaven? Like LA has so many people that live there that used to be big time rock stars, and you meet them now, and it's kind of fun. Like they're just like regular people again, right?
Sort of. That, yeah, sort of. That'll never go away. But the fact that I was such a hair metal fan, and like I always call it soft metal, but like, you know, I'm not like into Iron Maiden, you know,
Okay.
but like I love Poison, Winger, you know, and like more of like the extreme like bands that like, you know, were a little more, I don't want to say pop, but like just, you know, a little tamer, not so like in your
Right.
face, but like, you know, they write great songs. You know, they're great performers. They're great musicians. They're fun to watch still, you know, like
Yeah.
Kix, they just retired, and man, I mean, up until the last seconds, like one of the most fun bands to see ever. And like, I love all that stuff. So to be around them and work with them, such a big deal for me. It's like, it was like a dream. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, it feels
That's so
so
cool.
neat. Like, it's still exciting. Yeah.
Where did you start doing stand-up, and who are your influences, Courtney? Like, when you got into it at first, was there someone you tried to emulate, or someone you thought, oh, I just want to be as funny as them? Like, who are your influences?
Um, well, Carol Leifer has always been my favorite. I remember seeing her the first time I saw her. I'm like, God, she's so smart, and the jokes.
She's
And I was
funny.
like,
Yeah.
I want to be like her. I still want to be her.
Yeah.
She's like got the most awesome career. And I guess I saw her, and that got me into like wanting to kind of be a stand-up. But I started in Boston. I started in college. I was in theater school, and I just didn't really fit in to kind of the theater school thing. I never really found my place, you
Hmm.
know, with them until like me and Michaela Watkins, who's now doing extremely well. She was on SNL and she's in a ton of movies. She's a big actress, and Mickey.
Yeah.
And she and I were always kind of goofy, funny, to like, you know, always trying to do goofy shit. So stuff, sorry. And sorry.
That's
And
okay.
we put together this like weird sketch improv show called Boy, That's Good Cheese. And Bob's Chicken House presents Boy, That's Good Cheese. And we did this show, and it was the most fun I had in school. Was
That's
when
so
she and I
great.
did that show together. Yeah, it was really fun. And I'm like, I want to do comedy. So like I started doing stand-up while I was still in theater school.
I love that. And you talk about Carol Leifer, obviously, who was the inspiration for Elaine in Seinfeld, and it
Yeah.
was a tremendous stand-up comedian. Can people see your stuff anywhere, Courtney? Like, should I direct them online or to this the show you've been doing, Punchlines and Backlines? Will that be coming through Wisconsin at all?
Well, we're trying. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. We're starting to like move. We're starting in the east and starting to move west. We're doing the Monsters of Rock cruise and the Mountain Music Festival both in Tennessee next year, but we'll be in Columbus, Ohio on February 15th. Don and I with Reb, and February
Nice.
12th in Pittsburgh. And then we've got some other stuff coming. But punchlinesandbacklines.com is the website, and there's some
Okay.
video up there of our most recent show. And I have like videos scattered. I'm finally putting myself on screen. That's the other thing I love about being a writer. No camera. I hate being on camera. I've been hiding from the
Really?
camera for 30 years. As long as I've been doing stand-up, I hate it. And I'm finally starting to post my stuff online. I have just been against it. I don't know why. It's dumb.
Oh,
I
that's
just
so
send
funny.
private links to bookers and stuff. I never
But I
post
think
it. 'Cause
that's
it's so
I
big.
think that's not uncommon. I think I had to I couldn't talk about myself, like, but you kind of have to sell yourself to some of these people. Courtney Cronin is here, a very funny stand-up comedian and writer. We'll have a couple minutes with Courtney when we come back after this very short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're coming back to close things down, and Courtney's here. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You and your community from the Midwest Farm Report throughout your day on 92.7 WMDX.
This Christmas, skip the socks, skip the scented candles, and get yourself something useful, like a brand new house.
Yeah, because I just tried delivering a duplex down a chimney. Terrible idea. Call the Aaron Weber Group instead.
Aaron sells homes faster than Santa eats cookies. And trust us, Santa eats a lot of cookies.
Ho, ho, holy mortgage rates, people. Go to movetomadison.com before your cousin Larry beats you to the good listings again.
The Aaron Weber Group at Compass, helping Madison move one happy owner at a time.
Ho, ho, my back hurts.
Does Wisconsin have any mountains? No. Wisconsin doesn't have any mountains or mountain chains because it sits in the middle of a tectonic plate and its ancient ranges eroded long ago. About 1.8 billion years ago, collisions formed mountains like the Pinokies, later worn down by glaciers. The U.S. doesn't have an official definition of a mountain, though Britain sets it at 2,000 feet. The state's tallest points, Timms Hill, Rib Mountain, and Lookout Mountain, peak around 1,950 feet. Wisconsin's location makes new ranges unlikely. I'm Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch. Fact briefs are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Wisconsin. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare,
That's one of the biggies. That's don't tell me. It's Poison, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing but a good
Dream
time.
guest for me for my show, CC DeVille.
Is that who's that, Courtney?
The guitar player for Poison.
Oh, okay. That's nothing but a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. I knew I hung in there long enough. Hey, folks, on Monday, we'll be off after tonight, taking a short break for Thanksgiving. But on Monday, Betsy Gaspar from Old World, Wisconsin, great museum, will be here. Jane Wells, the leader of the Marinette, Wisconsin West Shore Chorale. Dobie Maxwell, comedian Dobie Maxwell, will be here, and Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller. Next week, we've got great shows also. Bill Leff, who is the host of the nationally syndicated show Tune In With Me, will be here. He was our first guest, and it'll be our 2-year anniversary. So Bill comes back every year on our anniversary and sometimes in between. And then Lauren Holly will be here on Wednesday night talking about The Godfather of Green Bay screening in Madison a week from Thursday. So that'll be fun. Another fun week of guests. And of course, Terry Barr for Bar Band Friday night next week. My guest is Courtney Cronin. She and I go way back. We've been a part of a writing staff together. Courtney's a very funny stand-up comedian and writer. Courtney, before I let you go, I have to ask you two things. Who makes you laugh these days? Who do you find truly hilarious?
Stand-up?
Anything. Stand-up, sketch, actor, whatever.
Oh, God. There's this girl, Steph Talev. Have you ever seen her?
I probably have,
Canadian.
but probably don't know her name. I'm sure she comes up on Reels.
She is so funny. Every time she comes up, I start following all her stuff. She is like, every time she opens her mouth, I'm like laughing hard. Like, she's just killing me. I've just kind of gotten into her. And I don't know, like, I don't know what makes me laugh. Sometimes I need to laugh like so bad, you know? And it's weird, like comedians, for us to take a break, we watch murder. Like we
You are
watch
so right.
It's true. We
Yes.
need a break. We watch murder, you know, true crime,
True
dramas,
crime.
horror. We don't
Cop
watch
shows.
comedies.
Exactly. No, I'm with you. And unless something's very like anti-comedy, like The Chair Company or something, like I can't get too into it unless it's like almost like subversively comedic, if that makes any sense at all,
Yeah.
One more question for you. And again, it's so great to reconnect with you. And I'm so glad you're on the show. What are you watching on TV? Anything you can binge watch? Speaking of murder and true crime and all that kind of stuff?
Best show I think I've seen in like 20 years was Wednesday. Because I love the Addams Family and I love all of the stuff that goes with it. And the way the story developed and the way it all came together, I thought was so brilliant and so much fun to watch.
Nice.
I loved it. I was so bummed. Like when it was over, like I was sad, but the ending, I mean, everything about it was so great. And then my husband and I just finished the second or third season of Tulsa King?
I think it's third.
It was pretty good.
I watched the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. I mean, I'm not kidding. When I want to unwind, I watch reruns of The Love Boat.
Oh, that's so great.
And I'm actually building a TikTok channel where I announce the guest stars as they do their hero shots and read them off by what they're known for.
Oh, that is awesome.
Known for. No one steal it. I'll kill you. I'm putting it out soon, but I watch it so much and I'm so into it. It's the best way to just sort of just dumb your whole world down and just, and some of it's so offensive. It's like, oh my God, you could never do that today. Oh my God. But also some of it's so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And like, man, Captain Steubing, he's just the greatest.
And how is Doc the ladies? I mean, like, it was so weird. Like, he's the ladies guy? I don't know.
Yeah. He was like a vaudeville actor, I think. And he was just
Bernie
so
Kopel?
funny and charming. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that I think he just like nailed, I think he just blew everybody else out of the auditions. He's cute with his hairpiece.
Sure.
He's cute.
And he's a doctor. He's an educated guy. Got the intellect. He can. Who is your favorite character on The Love Boat? Mine was probably Gopher, but now I don't like him anymore.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
There you go.
The most likable
Ted
character on the show. He always had the best storylines.
Yeah.
And if you look at the actor, Ted Lange, he's the only one from the original cast that actually looks the same. He looks great. Yes, he looks fantastic.
Is that how you say his name, Lange?
Lange.
Oh, I always called him Ted Lang.
Everyone did.
Okay. Hey, my friend, this was so much fun. Thank you for being on the show tonight, Courtney. And I'm so glad things are going well for you. I'm glad you're still married. Whether you took the chocolate or not, I don't care. I'm glad you found love. And keep bringing the funny. Good luck with your show. And please come back soon.
Thank you. This show's great. Thank you so much. I had such a good time. Thanks, Steve.
You're very welcome. You can start the dryer now, by the way.
Oh.
Courtney Cronin, thank you so much. Have a great night and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. That's man, that was fun. Thank you to Courtney. Thank you to Lance Barber. And thank you to Stuart J. Waddles. Thank you for all your texts and calls. Did I get everything, Zommers?
I think so. At least last that I saw.
Yeah. And the 608, we got one more text here. Steve Martin was hilarious in The Spanish Prisoner, which was a thriller. That's very funny, 608. I love it. Thank you for all your calls and texts. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. We will be back Monday with another all-star cast of guests and a fun question and hopefully great interaction from you guys. Thank you to Aaron Zommers. Much appreciated, my friend. I will see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Good night, Wisconsin.
Don't need nothing but a good time. How can I resist? Ain't looking for nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this. Don't need nothing but a good time. How can I resist? Ain't looking for nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this. Don't get better than this.